What's good, everybody, man? What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? How's everybody doing today, man? This DSA above the rim. We back once again. It's Free Smoke Saturday, as y'all know, man. So we got a lot of things going on, a lot of things to talk about. We got the fantasy draft going on, but we'll get to that later. First, let me introduce everybody in the building, man. We got Mr. PD Sports in the building. What's good?
What's good? Let's get it. Let's have a fun show.
We got Bravo out here in the street saving lives every day, man. What's good with you, man?
What's up? What's up, guys? All good in here. Looking for a nice show. I'm off. Let's go.
Right, man. Hey, man, we need you to stay healthy and stay rested up
Yeah.
out here.
Thanks.
We got No Miss J in the building. Was good.
Well, what's good, everybody?
I was about to be like, I guess we don't got No Miss in the building, man.
I'm always in the building. But what's up, everybody in the chat? Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to us, man. Let's have a good show.
All right, man. We got the resident young baller, man. He be schooling cats on the court, in any and every day. Your Mr. Boy CA3. What's good, bro?
What's good, man? Appreciate the compliments, man. Appreciate it. But what's good, man? I'm happy.
Hey,
I'm
man,
happy for
they ain't
this.
trying to see you out here.
Yeah, man. I'm happy for this drive, though, man. The last one was very exciting, man. I'm happy to do another one, but just with the 2000s now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over the rules of the draft once we do that, but we got something else to get to before that because a lot of stuff has been happening with the NBA today. But last, but certainly not least, your main man, Mr. Drew Riser, Detroit Drew in the building.
What's going on, peeps? It is good to be back talking some hoops. We got some headlines for you guys, but before we do so, let's go ahead and introduce the peeps in the chat. We got Joey. He's always here in the building first. You gotta be fast and hit that notification bell to beat him. Funky Nuts. It's always fun to say that name. We got Bob Money. Looks like a 49ers fan, and JMO was having some smoke with 49ers fans, so better watch out. Marvin Tolbert, Kyle Webb, Devin99, DMAP Zune. What is going on, fellas? JMO, the floor is yours.
All right, guys, make sure you guys like that video as you coming in here and drop your comments. But we had it was something that really happened, but I'm gonna be honest with you, honestly, I forgot it was even going on because of what's going on with the NBA. But they inaugurated people in the Hall of Fame today. But the main two players, the players we're gonna focus on is Tim Duncan and the late great Kobe Bean Mamba Bryant. So I think this is great that they both were inaugurated to the Hall of Fame. We already knew that they were going to be Hall of Famers, but we're gonna start with you, Nomis. What do you think Tim Duncan's legacy is that he's left in the NBA in the Hall of Fame, and the same thing for Kobe Bean Bryant?
Well, if you're saying, okay, all right, if you're saying basically that if they knew that they were going to be Hall of Famers eventually, like a lot sooner than later, I mean, at some point, as we all know, it's well deserved. You hear me? Yeah,
we can
at some point,
At least I can.
okay, yeah. At some point, we know it's well deserved for both players, obviously. So I mean, to me, I think they just didn't want to make those guys wait and get those guys to the Hall of Fame now because I mean, it's Kobe and Tim Duncan. I mean, does it really matter? I mean, they both first ballot Hall of Famers for So I mean, greatest power forward, like Marvin Tober saying, the greatest power forward since Karl Malone, and Kobe Bryant's Kobe Bryant. How do you not have him in the Hall of Fame immediately? You know what I'm saying? That's the way
I don't know if you misunderstood the question or something.
Yeah.
But they. Wow. But technology will always fail you when things go wrong. But all right, man. Wow. RIP Nomis, he'll be back. We got PD Sports in the building. What do you think the legacy that Tim Duncan left on the NBA, and the same for Kobe Bryant? What was their legacy left on the NBA?
I think I love the legacy Tim Duncan left on the NBA because he was just this. He was so modest. He was so boring, not in a bad way, but like Stephen A. Smith called Tim Duncan the most boring superstar of all time. But that ain't a bad thing. That's a great thing. I love the legacy Tim Duncan left on the NBA. But with Kobe, The legacy he left on the NBA, he inspired many players to do many players in the modern era. Like Kobe, this is the way I look at it. MJ, when he asked who he would want to play one-on-one, he said Kobe, LeBron, Jerry West, if he was in his prime. And then Michael Jordan said Kobe would, the only player that could beat me is Kobe because he steals all my moves. And then Kobe said, domino effect. I stole some of MJ's moves, and this generation stole some of mine. So that's the legacy, I think, of Kobe on the NBA.
All right, man. I definitely think they each had a very, very different legacy, but they both won 5 championships. They both competed against each other. And when it comes to Tim Duncan, I mean, he's the guy that we call the greatest power forward of all time. I don't I know Karl Malone was great, but I don't know if Tim Duncan, man, that like he did have Greg Popovich, but Tim Duncan, I don't think people realize how good he was because he was that boring superstar. But when I used to watch this guy, he was the best player in the world off and on, like for a few years, and like you couldn't do nothing with him. Like he was completely unstoppable on both ends of the floor. He was the most intelligent player on the floor. He was a good passer. He was a good defender. He just had it all. He's a very, very special player. And I think Mr. Fundamental, man, the big fundamental, that's what they called him, had the greatest fundamentals ever, it seems like. But he did a lot. He did a lot. Bravo. What do you think the legacy that Kobe left and Tim Duncan left now that they've been inaugurated into the Hall of Fame?
Well, good question. I think I'm going to start with Kobe Bryant. He is literally the guy that made me started watching the NBA, and he had made a huge influence in our life. And I think this guy is definitely deserve a Hall of Famer. It's really sad that this year he passed away, but I think his legacy is beyond that, and I think they should really like make him as a great example of our superstars from the past. I haven't really seen any better player, in my opinion, than Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant when I was young. Of course, Michael Jordan and LeBron James. I think Kobe is above them, in my opinion. It just not as a great player, but as a great, I mean, fan that a great player that I liked as a fan. So that's Kobe Bryant. As far as Tim Duncan is, I think, is one of the best power forward in the game. I think he might be the best, in my opinion. He invented power forward position in his time, and I think he is still going to perform very well in coaching level. I think he's still got a lot of career left in his life, hopefully, and looking forward to him as a coach in the next few years.
All right. We got Noble Sports Entertainment and Luke G in the building. What's good, everybody? Make sure you guys like that video, man. Mr. CA3 Sports Talk. Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant have been inaugurated into the Hall of Fame. What legacies do you think that they left on the NBA and beyond?
Well, I'm gonna start off with Tim Duncan. Well, when I look at Tim Duncan's career, like he had probably one of the most ideal and maybe like perfect careers of all time. When I don't mean best, like, but I mean like perfect. But because like, I mean he won a bunch of awards and had a ton of accolades, and you know, was on one of the better teams in the league for his whole career. And with drama free, you know, he was one of the, you know, he never really dealt with drama in his career, and he never missed a playoff in his career. Actually, he won MVPs, he won a bunch of all defensive awards, and won 5 championships and 3 Finals MVPs. I mean, the dude he's one of the best players in our time, and the best power forward in this game by far, in my opinion. And you know, he just had one of the most ideal careers, you know, you could ever have as a NBA player. Now look at Kobe, man. He just left. He had such a huge impact on our game when it comes to, you know, just as a fan, you know. I mean, Kobe was just great. I mean, he had a great competitive nature. I mean, he was just awesome. You know, and I'm sad I can't see him, you know, celebrate his Hall of Fame. I'm sad he can't be at the Hall of Fame and give his speech, but you know, he's still he still had a very great legacy in NBA.
All right, no doubt, no doubt. Detroit Drew, what legacy do you think that Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan have left now that they've been inaugurated into the Hall of Fame?
Let's stop saying Tim Duncan is one of the best power forwards in the game, and let's start saying he's one of the best players to ever have played the game. I mean, both these players have 5 championships. They both played in the Western Conference their entire career. We pretty much got to see these guys play every season at a high caliber level, going head to head. I mean, so many great matchups between the two. And you look at, just San Antonio, and that's what you want from a basketball organization, man. You want to be in the playoffs every year. You want to be a title contender every year. Tim Duncan was a good guy on and off the court. 5 championships, one of the best offensive teams in the league, one of the best defensive teams in the league year in, year out. I mean, just there's a reason he's Mr. Fundamental, man. He wasn't flashy, but I think he is he's shown young people that you don't need to be in the news every day. You don't need to be talked about on ESPN or US or what's the one they use for Undisputed, FS1. You don't need to be on those shows all the time to be a great player. And Kobe, I mean, what else do you need to say about Kobe, man? He's a top 3 player of all time. In so many people's eyes, he is their Michael Jordan. He is their GOAT. I mean, I think when I think shoes, you think Jordans, and then you probably go bronze, and then there's Kobe's. I mean, he's top 3 in every category you can think of. I mean, this guy literally changed the game, and he's probably is the last guy with a tough mentality of not crying for a foul, not trying to flop, that if he's going to beat you, he's going to beat you. He's not going to try to get the refs called to do so. And, it's so terribly sad to see what happened with him, especially knowing he was going to go in the Hall of Fame this year, not to get that speech. It's just devastating. But both of these players, man, you have to respect them. Even if you rooted for them, rooted against them, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I think these are 2 guys that almost every single fan base out there have respect for. And as a player, you really can't ask for much more than that in a career.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
What is going
I
on?
don't know what in the world. Is everybody there?
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't know what happened with all of the photos, but apparently Kobe is messing with us because I was about to start talking about him, so he just wanted his picture to show. I see you being arrogant out there. You need to chill out.
You know what this happened. Look at this. We got 2 guys with picks and 4 without. 24. He's here.
Right.
He's here,
man. Like he's definitely here. I was about to say, man. So everyone knows that Kobe Bryant is my favorite basketball player of all time. He's my favorite player in any sport. He's one of the big reasons why I am the way that I am with a lot of situations. My never give up, try hard, don't be soft mentality. And he had the Mamba mentality. We know he modeled his game after Jordan's, but he did things more than Jordan, and he did things differently than Jordan. And the impact that he had on all of these kids that used to grow up saying Kobe, and they still do now. And it's just it was just a mentality, just a way of being, just a way of killing and just winning and trying your hardest and never giving up, because Kobe is one of them players that overworked himself. He worked too hard. You can actually do that, and that's what he did to try to be great. And him and all them other people passing away, that's just something that I'm and a lot of people still dealing with, but we still got to celebrate what he did do on that basketball court, because what he was a top 5 player of all time to me. No debates there, and second greatest shooting guard ever. And his impact was a legendary impact. There's a lot of great players, but there's only about 4 players that's had impact that transcends the game of basketball. That's Michael, that's Kobe, that's LeBron, that's Magic Johnson. And then the 5th spot will probably be reserved for Steph Curry for what he's done for the game. But it's nobody like Kobe, and there'll never be anybody like Kobe. So, it's good to see him being inaugurated for all his hard work that he put into the game. One of the greatest scorers ever, might be considered the greatest scorer ever since he scored 81 in the game. But you know, and then Tim Duncan, man, I already told y'all what I feel about that man. Greatest power forward ever. He's definitely top 10 all time, no doubt. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with all the images and the pictures, but it is what it is. But all right, Nomis.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties earlier, but and two, I didn't quite understand what you said because of that. But the thing is, what I love about both Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant, man, is that they showed it's not more than just what they did on the court. It's really off the court as far as basketball goes as well, like how hard they practiced, how hard they train themselves. And it just shows that you need a good work ethic. If you really want to be the best player out there, you have to do more to me than just average 25, 10, 10 a game. You need to do something else that can, improve yourself as a player to be the best. And I think that's what they wield into a lot of young generations and what they should be trying to imitate, to get themselves to championship status and improve their stock. That's the type of leverage you understand that you need from guys like Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant because they've been to the top. I mean, 10 rings between two players from the Western Conference, might I add. So, or teams that were built around Tim Duncan. I mean, arguably one of the best big men ever, or one of the best players ever in Tim Duncan, who can play defense and master it to the point where you notice it when he's gone. Like the whole team is a little bit different when Duncan's not there, and that's the type of effect that he had in the game. That's why I still love watching him. And Kobe Bryant, of course, is Kobe Bryant. So that's just the way I take it from him. But yeah, man. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and prayers to his family, and I wish the best for Tim Duncan as well for his coaching career. Thank you.
Yeah, Marvin Tober says there should be a Kobe Day like Martin Luther King Day. You're right about that, man. That'll be the day that everybody hoop. Like, oh no, we hooping today. Everybody gonna be it's gonna be an all LA team versus all LA team, and it don't matter what state you in. But all right, man. So now we gonna move on and we gonna start the fantasy draft. Now, what the fantasy draft is players drafted from 2000 till now. In 2020, we gonna start with the number 1 overall pick, and then we gonna keep going around, and we gonna see who develops the best team out of all of the players in that range. We gonna have some fun with it, man. And if you guys want to name some players that you got, your top 5 players from 2000 till now, your top 5 players, it doesn't matter if we select them or not, just your personal players. I would love to see you put them in the chat as we go on with it, man, because it's going to be very fun, man. So we're going to get the spinner ready for you guys so we can start it. Figure out who goes first, man, because it's a lot of great players to choose from, man. And it's Drew.
I'm working on it.
No, I was looking at something. Looking at the comments, man. It's a lot of great players to choose from, and it's gonna be a lot of newer players that I think people ain't realizing. So we gonna see.
You ready?
That means Kwame Brown is available. Yeah, you can start it.
Yes, Kwame is available.
Kwame Brown.
All right, first spin is underway. If you guys want to give me a drum roll, go ahead and give me a drum roll. That's the worst drum roll I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
CA3, you are on the clock as we spin the wheel, so go ahead and look over your list.
We know who you picking. You already know who's going first.
Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna get last again. Hold on, I'm gonna do the draft order first, and then so that way you get time to think.
Yeah, Jay, I already know who I'm picking.
So CA3,
I'm crossing them off the list now.
Hey, you want to write down who's getting first for me, JMO? Just keep a list. That way we keep it ordered.
Yeah. CA3. Make your pick, man.
I'm gonna pick my favorite player of all time, Mr. LeBron James.
LeBron James. All right.
He is the best player of our time.
Is the best player of all time. You guys know who that is, man. I mean, can I tell you 4 MVPs? Oh my God, 3 Finals MVPs for LeBron. All right.
PD, you are on the clock.
Sports next.
Man, I was now all of a sudden I'm torn on my plan.
Dude, you should know these first picks of the first round.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Kevin Durant.
I was about to say, if you don't pick
damn.
Kevin Durant, something's wrong with you, man. All right.
All right, let's find out who is drafting third.
Yes. Let's see.
Woohoo!
right,
I am
Drew is
going to
third.
be taking with the third pick in the DSA draft. I am taking one Stephen Curry.
Hurry.
Modern
Man.
NBA calls for modern solutions.
Let's go, man.
That was my pick.
I had a feeling someone was going to take him, so I had to take him before someone else did.
I'm about to say, if you didn't take Steph, I probably would have took Steph.
All right, here we go. Number 4. Nomis, you are on the clock.
This draft really don't like me today.
Let's say I had to go with Westbrook.
Wow.
You just did that to make J-Mo mad.
No, what you mean? He know Westbrook my favorite player, but I thank you for picking him, man. I respect.
All right. This is going to determine the last and the next pick. With the next pick
Come on, man.
in the DSA draft, the wheel decides. Bravo, you have the next pick.
Wow.
I have no idea what to choose, to be honest. So if you ask me, I'm gonna go with Kobe.
No.
You can't go Kobe.
They can
Why is
only
that?
have been drafted from the year 2000 till now. So
Yeah.
Kobe was drafted in like 97.
96.
96.
Really?
90,
Yeah,
yes,
96.
You can't go with Kobe or Kevin Garnett.
Nope.
No.
Ah, shit, man.
You need some new. I mean, you need some new age players, man.
Not really sure. So let's go with someone from the Pistons. I'll go with Chauncey. Can we go Chauncey Billups? No.
I'm not sure when he was drafted.
I mean, Bravo. Look, I'll make it very simple. Think of all of the superstars we got. Just pick one.
You can't go.
Was not drafted in the 2000s.
So which year is he drafted?
98.
Damn. So is no one in 2000?
There's several players that came out, man.
But these are the players I want. I mean, J-Mo, you go ahead of me. I'll think about it.
We got people in the chat. Okay, so Bravo
swap
is
with
giving up
J-Mo.
his spot then.
He is trading down in the draft. J-Mo, you are on the clock.
So J-Mo is next. I don't know why I said that in the third person. It's actually very tough to pick between these two guys, especially since I know that Carl is gonna pick this other guy. But I know Carl's gonna pick him, like he'll be the next best player on the board. Well, no, it's 3. Ooh, this is tough. I'm feeling.
I know who I'm picking next. I mean, if y'all
this is tough. Ooh, this is tough. No, I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna have to do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna have to do it. I'm picking Kawhi.
That was who my pick was going to be if I didn't pick Durant. So
I know, because there's one other player besides Kawhi that deserves to be picked, and I'm mad I can't pick him.
All right, Bravo.
And then-
I'm gonna go with another Piston, Blake Griffin. Let's go.
All right, Blake Griffin. Wow. All right.
All right, Bravo.
At least I found someone.
So to wrap up the first round, CA3 with the first pick took LeBron. PD took KD. Nomas took Westbrook. Bravo took Blake. J-Mo took the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. And I took Stephen Curry. So the way this works, people, is it's a snake draft. So Bravo, you went last. You get the first pick in the second round.
Right now?
Yep.
I go with another Piston, Derrick Rose.
Stealing people's picks.
Okay, see, that's gonna be prime Derrick Rose, too. So that's MVP Derrick Rose. That's a great pick.
All right, J-Mo, you're on the board, man.
Oh, thank you, Bravo. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm definitely picking D-Wade.
Come on.
He's not an MVP.
There's somebody else I wanted to pick too, but I'm definitely picking D-Wade.
I want to pick him, man.
I was gonna take him, but this next man up, he is Mr. Unpredictable.
Nomis, you got the greatest forward on the board. Two of them, man. You can't mess this up.
Okay.
You just got a guard.
Okay, so
Don't tell
let's
him how to
see.
draft. He can take whoever he wants to take, except he has to be drafted in 2000.
He trying to see numbers. I'm trying to help you. He trying to get you to get a bad squad. Man, hey,
I'm
and
trying to see.
everybody in the chat, let me know y'all top 5 players that you guys would take in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already, man. We having some fun in here, man.
Ooh, I gotta see. I got a point guard. Might as well get his combo. I might as well go ahead and get James Harden.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Who's next? Me? There's a PD. It's me, right?
No, it's wait.
Yeah, PD had second.
Next is next is Drew.
Yep. So there's a couple ways I could go here. I got my point guard, and depending on how this is going to go, this could be my 4 or my 5. But he is the best big man in the game right now. That is the unibrow Anthony Davis.
All right. See,
Wow, nice.
Drew was smart.
Oh, duh. I got it.
All right,
I got it unlocked. It's over. Give me my dubs.
All right, PD, man. You next, man.
Give me Giannis.
I hate you, PD. I hate you. Giannis, man.
See, that's a good pickup. I didn't think about that. I feel stupid now.
You know, I told Nomans that there were 2 great forwards left.
I knew who they were. I wanted
AD. No, I mean, you pick whoever you want. That was AD and Giannis. So and then y'all just pick the next 2 good forwards. All right.
CA3, you got back-to-back picks.
Man. This is tough. Like, this is tough, but I'm going to have to go with. Give me Melo.
You said Melo?
Yeah.
All right.
And your next pick?
With my next pick, I need a guard.
Banana boat crew together, man.
I kind of need a guard. I mean, so I'm gonna go with I need some clutch shooting as well, so I'm gonna go Kyrie Irving.
I didn't hear it. You broke up. What do you say? Kyrie?
Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie.
I hate you, Carl. You picked my man.
So you picked up a couple right now?
Yeah, see how it's a snake draft. So he had 2 picks. He had the one to end out the round and the one to start the next one.
I see.
So so next round, Bravo, when you up, you will get 2. But right now, PD, you're back on the clock.
Oh, already? I'm back on the clock? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know if this will be out loud. I'm gonna go Chris Bosh.
That's a good pick.
All right.
Good pick
All right. I got 2 people that I want to go with, and I'm hoping one's going to slide. The only problem is I don't know which one's going to slide. So I'm going to go with the big fella here. I'm going to take Superman, Dwight Howard.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Nomus.
Okay. Let's see. I need a bigger guy. I need Aaron Gordon. It's a slam dunk. Snub. Yes. I need. I'm going with that one.
Wow.
All right, Jamo, do you want to try to salvage that pick? Or...
I thought he was joking, like for real. Wow. So I can pick a big man or I can pick a guard, and I feel like y'all not gonna pick the big man that I want. So I think I might as well just get my guard, and the next best guard on the board is most definitely Dame Time. Let's go.
Who's that?
I don't know about that, but okay.
Who is that?
Damian Lillard.
Oh,
Yes, Damian Lillard, man.
okay.
Bravo. You have back-to-back picks. Who are your
All
first
right.
2 picks?
So I got Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin in my first picks. I'm gonna go with the 3rd pick as a small forward, Luka Doncic.
All right.
Nice.
And I'm gonna go with a center, Joel Embiid.
Oh, bravo! You just killed me there. That
Your
hurt.
team's looking pretty gross, Bravo. Only thing I'm seeing is a lack of shooting. But you got one more player to start your round 5. Jamo, you are back on the clock, sir.
Well, since Bravo took my center, let's see. I could go another forward or I could pick a center. Forward or center? Forward or center? What do I want? I guess. All right. I'll pick. Man, I don't want to pick him though. Like I don't, but I think I need a center, and he's like the Mets' best guy. Unless I want to pick him. All right, man. This is very, very tough, but I'm gonna pick Jokic.
Well, that's a good one.
I think she would have been there later, though. I think he might have reached for that one.
No, I didn't reach. Jokic is a beast. He's the next best center on the board, bro. After Embiid.
We'll have to wait and see. No, miss, you are on the clock. Please don't steal my pick.
Come on, man. Give me Dre.
You did not steal my pick. I can't believe these guys have fell this far. Marvin Tolbert, thank you for the assist here. And speaking of assist, you can call me State Farm because I am taking CP3.
Dang, that's tough.
I mean, no, I knew CP3 was still on the board. That was a good pick.
PD, sir, you are back and on the clock.
Klay Thompson.
Oh, I hate you.
I was going to round up my starting lineup. I hate
Me
you
too, man. But don't worry, I got a backup. I got 2 backups. Don't worry.
All right, CA3. You get the last 2
This is
picks
good,
in the first round. This will round out your starting 5.
All right. I don't have a center on this list, so I'm gonna have to go with. I'm debating between 2 centers right now.
I know which 2 you debating too.
I need a versatile one, so I'm gonna get Boogie Cousins.
Boogie, let's go.
Good one.
And to round out your starting 5, you will be selecting.
To round out my starting 5. It's like tough because it's just 2000s.
Let me see who's in your starting 5. Dang, you got a great starting 5.
It's just so tough though. Like, should I get another big man or? I'm gonna go with another guard here. I can use the quarterback. Though. I don't really have any playmakers besides LBJ. I'm gonna get Rondo.
Oh wow, okay, that's interesting.
Now, before everyone hops on them in the comments, these players are all in their prime. That is prime Rondo, the good Rondo. PD, sir.
Oh, dude, I'm a little thin on my point guards right now. Darren Williams.
All right.
Is he like in 2000 or above?
Yeah, he was.
Man.
Darren Williams was drafted like 2005.
Okay.
He was in the same draft as Chris Paul.
Yeah, he was.
Let's see.
Nomis.
Okay. Yeah, I need a shooter. Who do I want to put on this team to shoot the basketball? Hey, I'm gonna have to go with Donovan Mitchell.
All right.
It's a good pick.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm thinking who I'm going to be taking here. You know, I need some more scoring. You know, I like having Curry and CP3 in there, but we don't really have anyone who can space the floor out. And I would have taken Clay, but I can't. So I think I'm going to go with a player no one really talks about in today's game, and that is Devin Booker.
All right.
Watch this man.
All right, man. Yeah, didn't nobody pick my guy yet. So thank you all for not picking my guy. And I don't really like him as a player, but I gotta draft smart, man. It's tough. I don't want to take him, but I feel like I gotta be smart. So let's see. I got Dame and D Wade. All right, yeah. I'm taking Paul George.
Oh,
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
man, I was about to pick him, man. I'm serious. You killed me.
I gotta take Paul George, bro.
Right, right.
Oh man, this is
All
tough.
right, Bravo, you are on the clock. But what we're gonna do here, Bravo, is go ahead and make one pick because you do have two. Then after you make this pick, we are going to talk about our starting fives before we continue the second round, and then you'll have the first pick in the second round.
So what do you mean?
Just take one guy for right now to round out your starting five.
Yeah.
Another starting five?
You got one more to go. You only got four right now.
So does it have to be a small forward or shooting guard? Or
You can take whatever you want.
Anybody you want.
Really?
This is just going to be your starting five of five guys you put on the court.
Oh, okay. So the other guy in my mind is a shooting guard. I don't have a shooting guard, so I'm gonna go with Brandon Roy.
Ooh, that's prime Brandon Roy too, baby. Don't forget who he was, y'all. He was a bad man. Don't forget who he was. We got we got Noshi Stone in the chat. He said his five will be Westbrook, Clay, LeBron James, Greek Freak, and Yao Ming. Yes, that sounds disgusting. We got D-Map Zoom. He said D Rose, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Russell Westbrook. Hey man, hey man, it is what it is, Marvin Tolbert. If you guys haven't liked the video, make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you comment in the comments the 5 players that you would take. I'm surprised some of y'all starting fives didn't have Kevin Durant in it, but very, very, you pick whoever you want to pick. But all right, now we're gonna talk about all of these starting fives. And first, Nomis, really. Aaron Gordon, I need to know why you picked Aaron Gordon, man.
I wanted to go somebody that we don't. I know he's not like the biggest name of the power forwards I could have got, but I don't know. I kind of like him as a basketball player. That was just. I admit that was more personal. I'm sorry, that was more personal.
All right, so you got James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Why did you pick the tandem that I picked last time? Now I think about it.
Because I actually like that tandem. I actually like people misunderstand. First off, when it comes to Westbrook, people actually think I don't like the guy. I actually do like Westbrook a lot because his energy, and the dude is an MVP basketball player. People forget that, and so is James Harden. So I just like, well, they do got technically they got history together. So I say, I'll put them together.
As I remember making this, telling Drew about this. No 2 MVPs have been on the same team and not won a championship together.
Yeah, that was
Westbrook and James Harden would be the first. Obviously, this season might end up getting canceled, so I'm like, I'm not gonna count them out, and they are great together. So then you got Donovan Mitchell, which is a great pick, but you don't have a lot of height. And Andre is a very solid center pick if we talking about this era of centers. Anybody else? What do y'all think about
he's only got one shooter out there in Harden. Spida and Westbrook, they're solid, but they're a little bit inconsistent behind the arc. So I think teams will be able to just kind of clog up the paint. But I mean, with Westbrook and Gordon in the pick and roll, even though we kind of make fun of it, that would be pretty explosive. A lot of dunks, a lot of alley oops, and then you throw in Donovan Mitchell in there. That's a lot of dunks. I mean, we might make fun of it, but I mean, it's not terrible. I think he did better than last
Gordon,
week.
Man, come on, man. You could have Aaron Gordon. That's the only one that we're gonna mess with you with. But no, it's a good squad. But I think I disagree with you a little bit about they do like shooting, but who's gonna stop Westbrook and Donovan Mitchell from getting to the rim? Nobody. So sometimes it's a trade-off, and then you have Aaron Gordon and James Harden wide open, and Andre Drummond getting every single rebound in sight, along with Westbrook. So it's a team that definitely could work. Bravo. We gonna talk about your squad next. Let's see. Blake and D Rose. This is prime Blake, guys. So I don't know which Blake you want to choose. D Rose and D Rose. Okay, MVP D Rose, Luka Doncic. Oh my goodness, Joel Embiid and Brandon Roy. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Bravo got a squad, y'all. Bravo got a squad. Bravo, you got Joel Embiid, who is probably the best center like on this list.
Yeah. I don't know what to talk.
This is a healthy, in shape Joel Embiid. Like this is Joel Embiid, bro. So, who's you gonna say, Nomis?
No, I was gonna say what I like about his list. I don't know which Blake is it gonna be. Is it gonna be 2018 Blake Griffin with the Pistons, or is it gonna be rookie year Blake Griffin?
Wasn't he an MVP one season?
I mean, he was second in MVP voting in 2014.
Let's use that one then.
that
Oh
guy-
yeah, that was that one. Yeah,
I mean, he was a freaking beast in 2014, if you really remember.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what you think about your squad, Bravo?
I mean, I like the squad because I picked them up. Obviously, I really like someone from the Pistons, so I picked up like the current players, Blake and D Rose. But they're obviously I wanted to get someone who is really an MVP caliber player, so I picked up D Rose. And D Rose is one of my favorite players of the past since 2000. Blake is really like so flashy when he came in. He's #1 pick. I definitely had to pick up a small power forward. Then I went with the rest. I mean, I looked at it. Nobody's picking up my guy, Luka Doncic. Why not? My goodness, man. Why are you not guys are picking up Luka Doncic? Another guy, definitely Joel. So why am I getting an echo?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah. So
I agree with you though. I was gonna pick Luka Doncic, but you picked him. Like,
yeah.
so that's what it is. And yeah, Joel Embiid was the center I was gonna pick until you picked him too. So
yeah,
I will say, out of all of our starting fives, you definitely got the best center on the board.
I was about to
Unless
pick
anybody
that
disagree
too.
with that.
Carl Anthony Towns, maybe, but I decided to go with Embiid, and also liked Klay Thompson. He picked him up. Also, Bradley Beal is on my list, but I didn't pick him up. Zion Williamson on my list. I didn't pick him up.
Why? Hey man, stop saying names. You give
Okay.
like now.
We're going another round.
I was gonna pick up Zion.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I didn't know that. These are my names then. Nobody can pick them.
Yeah, man, I was gonna pick up Zion, man. You messing it up, man.
Okay.
But you got Brandon Roy, which is an amazing pick.
Yeah, I had to pick someone who's on the list. I looked at the list and said, hey, this guy Brandon Roy, nobody's picking up. This guy is really good. So
all right, PD, man. Now let's talk about your oh my goodness, your squad. Kevin Durant and Giannis. I pray for whoever got to go against that. And then you got Chris Bosh, Klay Thompson. Oh my goodness. And then Darren Williams. Now, I know people might not like the Darren Williams pick, but I'm telling you, my opinion, that's a great pick. So, but what do you think about your squad, man?
I like every pick. I pretty much like every single one of these picks. I mean, KD and Klay, they got 2 championships together. Hard to argue against that. It's like if I was able to pick Magic and Kareem almost. Not quite to that level, but I mean, 2 championship wins together. Hard to argue against that. Chris Bosh, solid center, stretch the floor, play solid defense. Just a complete basketball player in Chris Bosh. Darren Williams, maybe I could have gotten him later, but dude, prime Darren Williams is really, really good. He's like a forgotten star in this NBA. I think a lot of people forgot just how good he was at one point when him and Boozer were doing their thing. But yeah, I honestly, I'm really proud of my squad right now. I like where it went.
You got Giannis and Kevin Durant. I can't get over that.
I can't get over it either.
Like y'all, like we all should be ashamed of ourselves for letting him get that squad. Like Giannis and Kevin Durant, bro. You talking about probably top 5 players from this era, 2 of them, man. But I definitely think the Darren Williams pick was a good pick because I do remember how great he was.
They were at one point saying he was one of the best guards in the league.
It was him and Chris Paul. They were
Yeah.
the best guards in the league. So, and they both played on both ends. So I don't forget how good. That's why I said that was a good pick. I don't forget that. Anybody got some comments on his squad?
He's got a
it's a lot.
really good team, man. His players are versatile, can play multiple positions. I think that his players complement each other very well. He's got a great mix of shooting and explosiveness and playmaking, and even defense. I mean, he's going to be a tough team to beat, man.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Like, it's a matchup problem trying to guard both West. I mean, not say West, but both. KD and Giannis because they had matchup problem. Like they both can play in the small forward, but they can also at matchup times play power forward. And it's like, how the hell do you deal with the 3 to the 5? No, like that's
Right.
that makes your stomach hurt. It makes
Plus,
your tongue twist and your stomach hurt. Like, oh,
he's
I
got
mean,
a top
like,
5 shooter of all time in Clay.
right. And then you
well,
got a
I
point
think
guard.
Clay is the. I personally think Clay is the second greatest shooter of all time. Argue with me, but
You gotta put
yeah,
Reggie Miller.
man,
You gotta throw some love to Reggie Miller in that
he's
conversation,
not a
though.
better
And
shooter than
Ray
Clay, bro.
Allen. I mean,
Not a better shooter. Not a better shooter.
it's
Clay
closer than
scored
you
60
think,
points
JMO.
in 3 quarters, man.
It's
I
closer
don't
than you
think it
think.
is. I don't think it is. Clay is a career 42% shooter from 3, bro. Like, I love Reggie and Ray, but they ain't doing that. But like I said, I'm ready to argue. We can talk about this.
Well, I mean,
But
Reggie was the man on his team. He had to do more than shoot threes. You know, when you have someone like Curry on your team, who's really the people are trying to go after, then you add somebody like Kevin Durant to that. He really did that as a third option, so he doesn't have primary looks like Reggie and Ray Allen had it early on in their career. So I mean, it's different. It's a different comparison.
you can argue Reggie is a better player, but a better shooter. No.
That's why I said top 5. I didn't say where he was at in top 5. I said he was a top 5 shooter of all time.
I say he's after Steph. But Drew, your squad, you got Steph, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker, Mr. 70 points in a game. So let's talk about this squad, man.
Well, I want to say PD threw off my second round pick because I was waiting for D Will to fall. I didn't think you guys were gonna do your research like that. But yeah, man, I'm liking this team. Yeah, I got a lot of scoring. Curry's gonna be the probably the head honcho on this squad in scoring. But CP3 is gonna set it all up. Once he gets Curry and D Book the ball and they start going off, you're gonna have to start worrying about AD and Dwight down low. That's a lot of length down there, and you guys forget how explosive Dwight Howard was athletically in his prime. I mean, this guy was dunking on what 12 to 15 feet hoops in the dunk contest. I mean, this team is going to be fun.
No, at first I was like, man, you don't got no defenders on your team, but then I'm like, you got prime Dwight.
Yes, sir.
And, Steph don't play defense and D Book don't play defense, but they score.
CP3 plays defense.
What?
So CP3 plays defense.
Yeah, that's the only player I was thinking about.
Their best defense is going to be their scoring ability, outscore the opponent.
I don't know, man. Dwight Howard, man, like AD is already in Defensive Player of the Year talk, and then you have a prime Dwight Howard. Like that team, it could be menacingly
scary.
Like, and then you add in CP3 on whatever guard, and then you can hide Devin Booker and Steph. And if you can't hide them, so what? It's Devin Booker and Steph.
Right.
They'll get all them points back. So no, that's a very definitely that's a nice real rounded squad, man.
I tried my hardest.
All right, so we got CA3 who got LeBron James, Carmelo, Kyrie Irving, Boogie, and Rondo. What do you think about your squad, man?
I like my squad. For I wish they had a little more defense. Just grand like that, because we really don't got no defense like that, except for maybe Rondo and maybe LeBron. But Boogie's a little weak on defense. But I like my squad for some fact that I got my 2 favorite players of all time on one team, Rondo and LeBron James. But I wish I could have drafted a little better, drafted a little more defense, but I like my squad for the most part. We got a lot of good playoff performers like LeBron, Melo in his prime, Kyrie, Rondo. So I like that.
You got LeBron and Rondo. Kyrie. So they automatically gonna be great together. We seen what LeBron and Kyrie did together, 3-1. So, and then you have prime Rondo.
We forget how good Rondo was.
We know how good he is, and then you got Boogie is the underrated pick. You got prime Boogie. Prime Boogie was top 2 centers in the league. Like he was unstoppable. Like you could not stop DeMarcus Cousins. He was a walking 26, 10, and 5.
That's why LeBron wanted him, even though he was older.
Exactly, man. Like that's why when he went to the Warriors, we was like, "Oh, y'all cheating now." Like y'all was already cheating, but now y'all trying to change the game. You gonna add Boogie to y'all team, but so Prime Boogie was amazing. So I think that's an underrated pick. And then we got my squad. I got Kawhi Leonard, Dwayne Wade, Damian Lillard, Jokic, and Paul George.
That's a
I
pretty
love
solid.
my squad.
I like that.
I'm just gonna be honest. I love my squad, man, because if I was going up against a squad that I'm terrified of, PD squad, now I can put Kawhi and Paul George on Giannis and Kevin Durant, and then then I can have D Wade be on Clay or D Will, and then I got Joker for Chris Bosh. So and then you got Damian Lillard. Come on. So
you got a bunch of good defenders on that team.
You said what?
You got a bunch of good defenders on that team, perimeter defenders.
Yeah, I feel like I got a lot of two-way players.
Well, Dwayne Wade's the
everybody's a
best shot
two-way
blocking
player.
guard of all time.
Exactly.
Right. And then Jokic, like I said, with what I was just talking about with Carl, Jokic is a sneaky pick. Jokic is. You could argue he the best center in the league right now. Because Embiid's always getting hurt. Of course, we're talking about primes. But and if he's not the best center in the league, what is he? The second best center in the league behind Embiid? And that is today's era, the older era. The best centers in the league were, Dwight Howard. He's the best center. I can't think of a center. But Yao Ming, those are probably the best two in like the last 10 years or something like that. And then I got PG. I know what he did in the playoffs, but this is East Paul George before injury. So this is that Paul George. This ain't
Lakers Paul George was different.
This ain't
that was before George Paul.
But
This is when he was going toe to toe with LeBron, Paul George.
Right.
Man was
pre-injury Paul George. Game 7 Eastern Conference Finals Paul George, and too bad his teammate wet him in his face. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Dame is gonna be cool on him this time. And then I got Damian Lillard, man. We just saw him at his height last season. So yeah, I got one of the best. I probably got a top 5 guard of this era. Well, maybe I don't know because it's a lot of good guards. Well, point guard, I'll say that point guard, definitely. And then I got D Wade, bro. Like prime D Wade, winning championships D Wade. So I'm very fond of having the claw in D Wade because I figure like all of these players can close except for Paul George. So he ain't gonna get the ball. Unless we talking about if we talking about Eastern Conference Paul George, then maybe. But Damian Lillard is probably a top 3 clutch player in the NBA right now. And we know what Kawhi and D Wade do in the clutch. Come on. So I love my squad, man. I love my squad. It's gonna be fun picking the rest of the guys, man.
I'll give it a 9.
The Damian Lillard has hit a few game winners in the playoffs.
Why are you giving it a 9?
It's the Dwayne Wade joke.
Oh, I was like, why did I get that? No, that's hilarious. Dang, man, D Wade, I ain't gonna forgive you for that one, bro. You did that to my boy Noman's Mans. That's Noman's Mans. You did that too. All right, man.
Is that? Do we go through everybody?
That's a fake joke. Yeah, man. Make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already, man. Let's continue the rest of the draft, man.
Bravo, you are back and on the clock to start the second round. This is your bench. So, this is you got 5 more picks to round up the bench to fill up some holes you have in the starting 5.
Really? So,
yes,
so is there any like preference, or I can go any?
You can go any position. They just have to be drafted from 2000 to 2020.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's kind of tough right now. Really, who do I pick? I mean, if you ask me, is Cousins still available, or he's gone, right?
Yeah, Cousins is gone.
DeMarcus Cousins is gone. Okay. I guess we'll go with Zion Williamson.
I can't stand you, Bravo. I was gonna pick him. I hope you was gonna forget, but yeah, you got him.
That's all right. You guys keep overlooking some players available. I'm fine with that.
There's a bunch of players that I can. There's
plenty of players.
Available. Let's see what you're gonna go with, Mr. On the Clock.
Oh, me?
No, JMO.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on the clock now. All right.
Sterling Berry.
I mean, there's plenty of great players. I just got to figure out which great player I want to pick.
Okay.
You know, I'm mad you picked Zion, man. Ugh.
You know who
I
you
was gonna
want.
pick Zion.
You know who you want.
I'm not. It's way too early to pick him.
You might be mistaken that you do know we have Nomus on here, right?
Hey, if Nomus want to take him, Nomus can have him. Like if it's that serious, so it's really it's between these two guys, and I might be a homer, and you know what? This is tough, man, but I guess that I'm going to go with I don't even want to say his name, bro. Ugh. I'm going with Jason Tatum.
Wow.
Is it UAM?
It's yeah.
That doesn't look right.
No, it's UM. It's TATUM.
TATUM. Okay. I'm illiterate for those people in the chat. Don't worry about it. All right, not a bad pickup. Nomus, I'm very curious to see where your team's gonna go. You are on the clock.
I'll go Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, it was between them two, bro.
See, I told you, JMO, you should have took him. I knew it.
I'm not worried about Brandon because I picked Tatum.
You know, it is what it is. I'm going with the guy who has a dance move after him. People haven't seen him play in about 2 years now. That's none other than John Wall.
All right.
He's
one of my best players left on the board.
PD, you are back on the clock.
All right. Well, I'm kind of surprised he fell this far. I don't know if y'all are surprised or if I'm tripping, but I'm going to go Kemba Walker.
No, I wasn't surprised he fell. It was between him or John Wall for my pick. But that's a nice pickup. That's a nice pickup. I like it.
Okay.
CA3, you have back-to-back picks.
All right, with this pick, I'm gonna go with I don't know if quite a Hall of Famer, but he was really good in his prime. I'm gonna go with Mark Stoudemire.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
And also give me another Finals MVP, and Tony Parker.
All right, man. This boy Carl, sneaky one.
I got cap locks on. I'll change that later. PD, you are on the clock again.
Man, I'm so. Oh my gosh, this is so hard all of a sudden. Man, this is challenging.
If you need some help, there is a certain person in the chat giving away a lot of good picks right now.
Oh, I know. I'm watching Tolbert. I'm watching. No, those are all nice picks. I'm just scared of my guys falling.
Oh, you're right.
All I ask of you is not to take my next pick, please.
I probably won't, but whatever. Let's see here. Man. I am going to go with Yao Ming.
All right.
Good pick. You did not see my player. I like it.
He shouldn't have fell that far. Good pick.
Yeah, he's, in my opinion, though, I'm not really a big Yao Ming fan, but he is really good. You have to admit it. So, with that being said,
of that past generation, like Dwight Howard and Yao Ming are kind of like the best centers in Marc Gasol. So.
And he did meet Shaq at the rim. So, I mean, that's fat Shaq, though. That don't really count. I'm on the clock, and with the next pick in the DSA draft, I am taking Jimmy Buckets, Jimmy Butler.
Oh, wow. You got me there. That hurt. That hurt a lot.
I was really concerned PD was about to take him, especially the way that he was kind of lingering on there. I'm like, oh, he's doing his research. He's seen him, but no, he didn't. So thank you, PD. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
No, miss. I await your pick.
Give me Bradley Beal.
Did you just make a good pick?
Bradley Beal, that's a good pick.
I think you're starting to learn how this thing works, no? J-Mo, you are back and you are on the clock.
All right. I'm tired of picking people I don't like. So I ain't picking him. One of y'all can have him. No, I'm serious. Like, I know somebody's gonna pick him, and I'll say, well, one of y'all can have him. I'm not picking that dude. Like I'm not picking that dude. Let's see. I got Tatum, so I need a couple guards. Or no, I got a small or a center. I ain't gonna pick a center right now. I think I'm gonna wait. So maybe I'll pick a guard. I guess I pick them. Man, it's tough out here. Well, he's still on the board. What up?
Not for much longer, he's not.
You know what? I know somebody is gonna pick this guy, but I'm not gonna pick him. I'm gonna pass on him. I can't believe it. But yeah, I'm gonna pass. I passed on 2 players, but I'm picking Marc Gasol. All right.
Ooh, that's a really.
Let's go. I passed on a couple players for Marc Gasol. So Mark, you better hold it down.
There's at least 2 or 3 other big people that I would have gone with, but such is life.
That's what I'm saying. I passed on them.
Okay, we'll see how bad it comes back to bite you.
I don't think so, man. I got a deep squad.
We'll see. Bravo, you have back-to-back picks.
Okay. I picked up Zion Williamson, power forward, center, whatever. And my next pick, I am going to pick one of the deadly players. Not a lot of people remember I think a lot of people remember them in their times for sure. And it's the guy who also Piston recently, but we waved him off, Joe Johnson. Mr.
Joe. Joe. He was on my list. He was my next pick, man.
A deadly guy. Yes. Mr. Joe Johnson in his prime time, he was a killer.
Man, I wish I could have had your position, man. I would have been happy with that one.
Yeah.
I would have got him. I would like him too.
Yeah, I really like Joe Johnson. In my other pick, I'm gonna pick also like another forward. And if you ask me which one you go, I'm gonna go with Andre Iguodala prime time.
Iggy.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's gonna be nasty. Look at his bench: Zion, Joe Johnson, and Iggy. Bravo, you're off to a great bench start.
Man, I'm mad that they keep getting 2 picks, man. Like,
you missed it by one spot, man.
Too.
But your good news, JMO, is you're back and you're on the clock.
Wow. Okay, so Drew, you said they were gonna take him. They did not take him. So I think it's funny. Both of the players I passed on are still on the board.
Don't do it to me.
Now I think I'm gonna have to pick him now. Because I think he's, in my opinion, he's the best player. Well, no offense to my fellow guy from Cleveland, but I think I might have to pick him. Let me see. Yeah, I think I might have to do it. Yeah, I'm picking Trae Young.
Oh. Not a bad pick. I did not see that one coming though. I was getting ready to type something else in.
No, man.
I'm not. That's a good pickup. I wasn't, to be honest with you. I didn't even have him on my list anywhere. So that's a good pickup though. I like it.
Yes.
Nomis, can you make back-to-back great picks? Let's see.
I need a bid, so give me Paul Gasol.
Ooh, right. I like that one.
Right.
Hey, Nomus, I don't know who you are, but I would like Nomus back.
Hey, but see, Marvin Tolbert had another guy that I was gonna pick, but I passed on him for Trae Young.
Well, let's see. Yep, me and him are on the same page here. Marvin, that assistant GM job is still available because I am taking that fella, and that's none other than Kevin Love himself.
Oh.
Yeah, how do you like it when someone takes your pick? Yeah.
Idiot. I should have swapped one pick. I just needed to wait. Was that and no one was even gonna take Yao Ming, but I'll probably, but whatever. You know what? I'm gonna go. And I'm starting to reach a little now because now I don't have a plan. I'm gonna go Zach.
Just keep reaching.
Who you going with?
Zebo.
Zebo.
That's nice.
That was a reach.
Hey, prime Zebo. He was a great player.
That's a nice pick. I'm sorry.
I like the grip. All right, CA3, you are back, and you have back-to-back picks. I'm going to call you Drake.
I'm about to go with Agent Zero.
Oh, surprised you fell that far. I still can't type. And
wait, who
your
you
next
pick?
pick, he picked Gilbert Arenas.
Wow.
I don't think that's how you spell his name, but I'm gonna leave it there anyway.
Who picked him up? Wow, this guy is a good player, Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, I know personally.
This is hard though.
It really is. You ain't lying.
Um,
There's still a lot of good players that we haven't even mentioned yet.
Trust me, there are plenty. I'm feeling very good.
this is hard though.
I mean, look, man, we just gonna have to start picking, man.
I'm gonna have to go with Lou Will.
Ooh, I
Ooh.
like that pick, Carl. I like that pick. I wouldn't have picked him at that point, but I like that pick.
Lou Williams.
Your new name is Drake,
Yeah.
man. You're back-to-back. You got the 6-man.
Right.
Your name's Drake from now on.
I like that pick. Hey man, y'all doing some of my boys dirty though. We doing some players dirty right now.
That's just how we do it. PD, can you correct that mistake? Well, it's not really a mistake, but can you correct the disrespect we're doing?
Of disrespect for who? I'm so confused, but all right. Let's see. I got a point, a center, and a power forward. You know, a little bit of hell. This one might be a little out of left field. I keep going out of left field, but whatever. Manu Ginobili.
He is 1999, I believe.
You can't. I'm about to say you can't pick him.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I just double checked.
No, I checked it earlier. He was drafted in '99.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I'll do a fact check here.
Make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already, and drop some comments in there so I can see. Players with you guys.
Yeah, he was drafted in '99. Sorry,
Yeah.
we can't accept it.
Oh, it says okay. Yep, you're right. All right. Well, then that. Man, I'm in a little bit ahead. I'm just in pure hell at this point.
Hey man, Marvin Tolbert is dropping the gems right now.
I might have to start looking at Marvin Tolbert's. I could take Martin because he's a power forward. He wouldn't really fit.
No, Kenyon Martin was a guard.
Kenyon Martin?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are we thinking of the same player? We're not. We must not be thinking of the same player.
I looked at his name today. He was a guard. He's 6'5".
He's more like he played small forward a lot.
Kenyon Martin.
I like Tolbert. I'm gonna go with Michael Redd. That's very.
I don't think he's like in 90s, right?
No.
No, Michael Redd was drafted the same
Okay.
year as Paul.
All right.
Well, that puts me on the clock, and there's still 2 players on my board that I really want, and I think the last player is going to be here with my final pick. So I'm going to go ahead and secure this fella, and that is prime LaMarcus Aldridge.
Nice.
Y'all doing somebody dirty, and I'm laughing.
That was my next pick.
I'm never going to say Josh Smith's name on here. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm not even talking about him. Oh my gosh, no.
No, miss.
No.
You better not say his name. But you are on the clock.
Do my man a solid, man. Don't do him like this. Ooh, I forgot he was still on the board. I might take him.
Oh, Nomus ain't even in here.
Wait, Nomus is not in here?
He is not in here.
Where is he?
I don't know. He left the stream.
J-Mo, go next.
I guess, JMO, that leaves you to
I
it.
thought Bravo was next.
No, you have the 5th pick.
All right. Well, I was just saying, let me look at my squad to make sure that it's gonna be well rounded. I wanna pick him, and I think I'm going to pick him. Yes, I am. I think I will. I will pick him, man. My boy is holding it down, man. Y'all been disrespecting my boy. So yeah, man. I'm picking man, wait. Yeah, it's not that many players left on the board unless I want some shooters. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Siakam.
Nice.
Oh man, that actually is a real good pick.
Hey, I think I got kicked out, yo.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're up, man. I just picked Siakam.
Yeah, I said I'm gonna have to make a reach. I'm gonna have to go get DeAndre Jordan.
Wow,
Okay.
that's a super reach.
No,
That's
Wait,
not
you
a
got no
reach. Not
centers?
this far.
It's not
I was
that
say
bad.
you don't got no, but you got Paul Gasol. Why would you? Oh, okay.
Just put the power forward or something like that. I don't know.
You can make it work. It's not impossible.
I mean, you could make it work, but Paul's not a. He doesn't stretch the floor.
Bravo. You have the last 2 picks for your team. Who are the last 2 players you are taking?
You know what? I'm gonna go with the player who shut the entire NBA, Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Y'all doing some players dirty right now. It's 2 power forwards that y'all doing real dirty.
Okay,
On the last pick.
I don't have a point guard, but whatever, man. As a backup, I'm gonna go with my best man here on the board, Victor Oladipo.
Okay.
I like it. All right, JMO, you want to tell us who we're doing dirty?
I'm not picking him because I can't. I got Marc Gasol and Siakam, so I can't pick them. So
Well, I mean, Siakam can play the 3.
yeah, and then Marc Gasol plays the 4 and the 5, and then you got Jason Tatum. So you put Siakam at the 4.
Well, Tatum can play the 2. You put Young at the 1. I mean, you can make it work.
Tatum cannot play the 2.
You could.
Tatum's a small forward. He a small forward.
Oh, let's see who you take. Should I type it in, or is it not who you're taking?
No, man, you don't know who I'm taking, man.
All right. Prove me wrong, then. I'll be surprised.
No, I'm not taking him.
Wow, 2 drafts back to back, not taking them.
This is about basketball. This is not about being like Nomas and picking players you like. It's about picking the best squad. Look. Okay, so I got a point guard. I don't have a shooting guard. And I think I might pick one of these 2 guys, but you know what? I'm gonna pick him. Because I was about to pick some. Ooh, okay, this is tough, guys. Because it's 4 shooting guards I can choose from. It's 4 shooting guards. Man, these are some really good shooting guards. Okay, so who's better between him and him?
I don't know. Who is
this is tough. I don't know, man. It's tough because like if we were debating this, like this would be a serious argument. I don't know which one of them are better. But since I seen somebody do more in the playoffs, I guess I'm gonna go with his teammate. Drew, I'm gonna go with his teammate.
Okay.
Tell me if you can guess who his teammate is. His other teammates got picked already. Who's other teammate, Drew?
Whose other teammate? The guy we've been talking about?
Yeah, the guy that you thought I was gonna pick.
Are you talking about JJ Redick?
Nope, the other teammate that's the shooting guard.
Oh, I think I know.
Drew Holiday?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm picking. It was between JJ Redick no, I'm not picking Drew Holiday. No.
Oh,
No, I forgot. There's a reason why I can't pick him. I'm gonna pick Chris Middleton.
Oh.
I forgot I needed shooting. And it was between JJ and the other JJ that I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want to get nobody no help. But it's another player just like JJ that's a legend as well.
You talking about Kennardly?
No, not Kennard. I'm talking about Corver.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I gave y'all
Hey,
a lot of help with
Nomis.
that, didn't I? I gave y'all a lot of help, didn't I? I didn't want to give y'all that help.
Are you going to be taking anybody? No, you there? Did he leave again?
No, he's there. I see him.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
there we go. There we go.
Okay. Who do I want from? Let's see. I'm gonna have to go with Mr. Tattletale on Nick Young, Mr. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with him.
That's not a bad pickup. You talking about D'Angelo Russell? You can't spit it out.
Mm-hmm.
For my final pick in the DSA draft, I'm surprised he did not get taken. And I like the Kyle Korver announcement, but I want a guy who can counter-react to Lou Will's six man, and I'm going to be taking Jamal Crawford.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh, that's not bad.
ED, who is your last pick?
Right. This is the ultimate reach. But you know, he's gonna shut down Watt's guy. He'll shut down, or at least he'll limit plenty of players. Give me Tayshaun.
All right.
The Palace Prince, Tayshaun Prince.
No, that's not a
big reach.
I don't know.
That's not a reach. That's a good pick. That's not a
Yeah.
reach.
Hey, fun fact for everybody in the comments. That is the first Detroit Piston player actually drafted by the Pistons.
Well, no, Noman's got Drummond. Don't somebody got Drummond?
Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
I do.
That is the second player that's been drafted by the Pistons. I forgot about that. I didn't realize anyone was going to reach out high for Drummond. Anyway, he started with the first pick, and now he's got the last pick. Drake, what is your pick?
This man Marvin Tober dropping gems though. But anyway, I'm gonna go with Kristaps Porzingis, the unicorn.
Wow.
Oh, y'all did my man Karl Anthony Towns dirty, dog.
Who's that?
I don't want no softness on my team, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Okay.
a lot of players we did dirty, like Kenyon Martin, Karan Butler.
Who did you pick? Who's unicorn? You mean like a Porzingis?
Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah.
Oh, you picked up a center.
Yeah. Hey, so did y'all want to do 2 more rounds or no? Because we did a lot of players dirty.
Well, here's the only thing: is once I make the table, I can't adjust the table, so it won't
I can
look
write it
good.
down. It's not that serious. I can
Hey,
write it down.
Drew.
It's not that serious.
Hey, what?
Go right click on the bottom row.
But I see we selected a lot of great players. Why they doing that?
Click on what?
Click on insert. And then click on below.
Oh, how about that? I can add 2 more.
Wow, prime Andre Karolinko. This boy Marvin Turbo. We got to get you on the show, my brother.
All right. Well, good news. We got 2 more
gems.
rounds.
All
On
right,
second.
cool. I wanted to add 2 more rows because I feel like we slept on a lot of players, and the NBA team is usually 15 players, but it's usually a 12-man rotation if your team is deep. So,
Well, if that's the case, CA3, you're right back on the clock.
Think about this. I had to go with a guy that Marvin Tober is talking about. I'm gonna go with Karan Butler.
Yeah,
Damn it. I should have waited. Oh well.
Well, that was my pick. Well, there goes
Karan Butler.
Karan Butler.
But he's already taken. Somebody pick. Oh, Jimmy Butler. You picked up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was confused for a second. Okay.
PD, you're right back on the clock.
Man, the one player that we talked about, man, I'm torn. I'm thinking of you know what? Screw it. I'll let someone else take him. I'm going to go Draymond Green.
Ooh, that's a pick. I like that.
Draymond.
That is a pick.
That's defensive player of the year, Draymond, right there.
That is definitely a pick.
I'm thinking of taking Cat, but I'm like, he's
Draymond Green. That was dropping 29.
But like I was about to say, Cat ain't the only power forward y'all doing dirty. It's a power forward y'all doing real dirty right now. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Hey, you're part of this too. You should be ashamed as well.
I say it too, but still.
I'm not taking Anthony Bennett, bro. It's not happening.
I'm not. Hey, I might
Someone
pick him
pick
now, though. You never
Brown.
know.
Man, this is tough, and I don't know which way I want to go. But I think I need another big man for the bench, like a center. So I guess I will be taking Carl Anthony Towns.
All right. Finally
He
showed my
is
man
also,
some love.
but
I thought it was unicorn. All right, sir, go for it.
No, Miss J,
Mm-hmm.
you are back and on the clock.
I'll take this guy. I'll go with Ben Gordon.
Oh,
What?
Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
We just have a bad memory of
See,
who
the thing
he
is,
is.
reason why I did that because like when he got here, it was like, what totally got?
No, but I'm just gonna ask you one time, man. This is totally unprecedented. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm taking Ben Gordon.
I'm giving you a chance to pick somebody else, bro.
I'm
Ben
taking
Gordon
Ben
is still
Gordon.
in Chicago, though.
All right, man. He's sticking to his guns, man. All right.
Yeah, Ben Gordon is good in Chicago, though, man.
whatever works for him.
Yeah.
JMO, you are back and on the
All
clock.
right. So I've been saying y'all been doing him dirty, and I might pick him, but it's between him and him. It's always between like two players for me. It's between three players, low key. But I mean, do I want some more? Do I want another center, or am I good with Mark? I think I am good with Mark. I think I'm good. Well, I guess I can pick him. This is very tough as usual. But I'm going with yep. I'm gonna show my man some love. I'm going with Kevin Love.
I already got him.
You already got picked.
Wait, you picked Kevin Love already?
Oh, yeah.
My god. All right, cool. That just took a lot of pressure off me because I ain't really want to pick him that bad. But
Hell no.
I just had to show. I wanted to show him some respect. I guess I didn't cross. I guess I didn't remember that you took him, bro. I thought y'all did him dirty, man. So y'all didn't do my man's dirty. Thank you, Drew. You didn't do him. All right, now that opens up a lot of avenues now. All right. Now it's either I'm gonna pick a center or a guard.
What was that?
I don't know what that was.
I didn't realize we had a Crash Bandicoot in here.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, man.
JMO, there's two guys on my list that I'm looking at right now. I really don't want you to take either one of those two players.
I mean, there's a few guards out there that nobody's picked. Like it's like 5 guards that nobody's picked from. I'm just talking about point guard. I ain't even talking about shooting guard. And I might take one of them.
Well, you do have 2 picks, so.
Oh, I got 2 picks?
Yep.
Oh, okay, then that makes it easier. All right, I'm gonna pick him. Who was the other player I'm gonna pick? Hey, I gotta round out my team. Well, he can play defense though, so. All right, I'm gonna go with this is very, very tough. But should I pick him? Yes, I'm gonna pick him. Bro, like this is so hard, man. I was literally about to say my picks and then I saw somebody else. So I'm going with Lonzo and CJ McCollum.
No, you pick one.
Yeah. You got Lonzo or CJ McCollum because
I got both. What you mean?
You don't get back to back. You don't get back to back.
You just said I had 2 picks.
You said you had 2 picks remaining.
I thought you meant I had 2 picks.
Yeah, you got 2 picks left.
Confuse me, man. Now I'm starting over.
So no Lonzo.
I had 2 picks back to back.
You got this one, then Bravo goes 2, then you got your last pick.
That's okay. I'm gonna give him both. Let him take them both. That's fine for me.
Okay.
Lonzo, no, not for me.
I realized I hit the wrong button. All right, Bravo.
So since he picked them both, I mean, I was interested in CJ, but hey, I don't mind him taking him off the list. I'm gonna go with someone who is need a point guard in here. And if you ask me, can we pick someone who is not listed there, like LaMelo, or not yet?
Technically, he has not been drafted yet.
Okay.
No, because we haven't seen him playing in the NBA.
Okay.
Yet.
Then forget about it. I'm gonna go with a point guard. Then I'm gonna pick up another one. I'm gonna go with a point guard. If you ask me, it has to be an all-star. So, you know what? Fuck him. I don't care about him. I'm gonna pick Ja Morant. as a point guard
All
right
right, that's a good pick, man. That's a
now. Yeah,
good pick, man.
I don't want the other one in my man. Then I'm gonna go next with the big man who is a little bit of an old school. He's a really interesting player, power forward, Carlos Boozer.
All
Ooh, the
right,
big
that's a good
booze.
pick.
Not
It's a lot of
bad.
centers that people ain't picked, man.
Whoa.
It's
Drew.
boring, I know, but hey, it's someone.
Dude,
Yeah.
this man. So somebody just dropped my next gem. Somebody just dropped my gem, man. That's crazy. I ain't gonna bring him up though.
You dropped
No,
a
but
gem.
Drew.
So somebody in my comments dropped my next gem, but I ain't telling who it is. You know.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
up? What's up, PD?
Boozer, not two Z's.
Yeah, I'm illiterate. Don't worry about it.
All right, sorry about that.
You're good. No, Miss Man, you're back for the final pick.
All right. Let's see, who do I really? This is a really good player. That one, not Jamo took one of my guys.
I already wrote him in for you. He took Brendan Knight.
He wrote it for you.
Wherever.
You pick Ben Gordon. We can't trust
Man,
you.
whatever. I wouldn't. I'm going with somebody young. You know what? Give me. Oh man,
Hell no.
I'm
man.
like Jamo now. I'm really struggling to see what one of these guys I really want bad.
There you go. You got a good player in the chat, Nomus. There you go. I would have picked
Let
him
me
if
check.
I didn't pick my boy. If I didn't pick my boy, I would have picked him.
Hold on, let me see what y'all talking about.
Yeah, man, it's hard out here, man. That's why I wanted to add 2 rounds. Shoot, we can add another round if we want to, but that's too much. These teams gonna get long. You on the clock, bro?
Oh, he disconnected. Hold on, he's trying to reconnect. Give him.
I was about to say, pick a shooter.
I was about to say, no, Miss, you there?
Yeah, I keep getting kicked out. Yeah. Can I get? I guess I'll just take Jason Richardson.
Oh my god!
All right, that's a great pick.
Why did somebody have to drop that in the comment section, bro? Like,
Well,
all right, who's next?
I am, and I had 2 guys on my draft board here. Jamo, you shot one out, and I was going to take the other one over him, but I'm looking at this, and I got quite a bit of big men on here. So I will be taking a shooter for the bench, guy I don't really need to rely on that much, but he'll come in clutch. And it's Kyle Korver. Not a sexy pick, but not bad for having this one for the last pick. PD.
All right, I got 2. I am super torn on this one. I got 2 in mind. I mean, it doesn't matter because, oh man, let's see here. I got 1. Whew, that's a lot. You know what? Go ahead and give me a prime Mike Conley.
Ooh,
All right,
It's not a bad one. I was really contemplating that.
Me too.
That's a good pick.
All right, CA3, you are back, and this is for real the last pick of the draft this time.
man. It's a tough one. Wait, on this one. I'll have to admit, this guy in his prime. I mean, it was kind of. I mean, this prime was kind of brief, but he was tough in his prime. I'm gonna get Monte Ellis.
I like it.
All right.
I like it. So that concludes the second ever DSA draft. Boy,
we got a lot to discuss.
we got a lot. Let's go ahead and blow that up. Give the people in the chat a full look at that. Go ahead, Jamo. Who do you want to start with?
No,
How you want
first
to do it?
we got to talk about some snubs.
Yeah.
A lot of people got snubbed. All right.
Can I tell you about the big man I was thinking of before we do this?
Oh yeah.
David West. No one said David West.
That's a good
I
one.
wasn't even thinking of David West. But see, speaking of big man, no Clint Capella, no Steven Adams. I'm
No
surprised
Turco,
that
or what is Hydro Turco, whatever his name is, the guy from
yeah,
Miami.
Guys that got snubbed. Drew Holiday stay getting snubbed. Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, Kenyon Martin. Al Horford. People forget how good he was. Even young Ben Simmons didn't get picked. De'Aaron Fox didn't get picked. Gordon Hayward didn't get picked. Bogdanovich. It was some players out there that they just couldn't make the cut.
People forget how good this guy was in his prime. He was actually MVP candidate once. Well, Joakim Noah.
Yeah, Joakim Noah. I don't know, man. If traditional centers, Joakim Noah definitely was solid. He was solid.
In his prime, he was solid.
I was never a fan, but I can't let personal feelings get in the way.
All right, but people, let us know in the chat who you think got the best team. So
you know what? Also missed. I really wanted to pick him, but I didn't. I picked up Ja Morant instead. Kyle Lowry. I missed him. I think he is underrated, but I don't like him. Also,
I don't like Kyle Lowry.
A really good couple of players. I mean, Richard Jefferson, who was teammate for.
Oh yes.
You got taken. Someone took him.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
No one took him.
Richardson, not Richard Jefferson.
Oh.
He took
Yep. Oh, never mind.
Is a really good
I just
player.
can't read.
Yeah, and there's also Shane Battier, who was really a good player from Miami at that time.
He a role player to me though.
Yeah, more like that. Udonis Haslem, who doesn't remember him? Who doesn't forget this guy? I got also Danny Green, who's really good. I mean, Danny Green
is a role player though, but he was good, though.
They're really good players though.
He was still good though.
Omeka Okafor.
Yeah, he had some good years.
Did anybody pick Amari Stoudemire?
I did.
Yes.
He did.
CA3 did.
Okay.
I mean, then you got guys like, bums like Hassan Whiteside, young stars like John Collins,
Ooh, Benjamin Foss, didn't forget about Ty Lawson. Ty Lawson was pretty good in his heyday.
I forgot about Hassan Whiteside. That dude was a dog when he first came.
Man, what about my boy Brandon Jennings, man?
Oh yeah,
dude, it's tough, man.
Yeah, not everyone can get picked. I don't know. I think we should all be happy with
Tyson Chandler. That's a good one.
Tyson Chandler. I was thinking about Tyson Chandler too. So let's go over these squads. I got somebody said Drew had the best squad. Somebody said PD had the best squad, probably because he got freaking Kevin Durant. Like, oh my gosh. Like I don't think anybody has two better players than them two right there. But like that's just crazy. But all right, man. You know what, PD? We're gonna start with your squad. Let's see. You got Kevin Durant, Greek Freak, Chris Bosh, Klay Thompson, Darren Williams, Kemba Walker, Yao Ming, Zebo, Michael Redd, Tayshaun Prince, Draymond Green, and Mike Conley. What do you think about your squad?
I think, sorry to toot my horn, I think my starting five is definitely the best out of everybody's. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. I definitely think I got the best starting five. I mean, Katie, Clay, and Greek in particular. Like, man. And then Bosh, he's become a little bit underrated lately. Then Darren Williams, that's super solid. My bench, I probably reached a little on some of my bench players. Yao Ming was – honestly, I built the whole thing because, like, Yao Ming's going to definitely take up the post. He can step out just a little bit to hit a couple jump shots. But, yeah, and then Zebo, pretty solid. He's a scrappy player. He got ejected for things he said to Blake. And then Michael Redd, I forgot about him. Marvin Tolbert, thank you for giving me that idea. Wait, no, actually, in terms of my bench, I got some real solid defense in terms of like with Prince and Green, and even Yao was pretty solid on the defensive end. So in terms of my bench is pretty good on defense. But yeah, I like my squad.
I mean, you got a nice squad, but I feel like you don't got enough scoring. You do got an all defensive team though, because like Draymond and Tayshaun, they ain't scoring. You know what they do.
Yeah.
Zebo, he can score. He can give you 20, but he's there to scare people and rough people up with Draymond.
Kimba and Red's gonna be nasty though.
The lights out. You said, huh?
Kimba and Red's a nasty pairing.
No, I was just about to say Michael Red's gonna shoot the lights out. So that'll definitely work. And I don't think you had the best starting five because I think my starting five can defend your starting five.
No, your starting five is really good. Your starting five's definitely really good.
Like my starting five can defend those guys. But that's gonna be interesting, man. And all right, we're gonna go with Nomus next.
Well, hold on. We got to grade this team. We got to get him. What grade do you give yourself, PD?
What grade?
Yeah, like a draft grade.
I hate giving myself grades, man.
Man, you don't have to. People in the chat, rate PD squad. You can either rate it from 1 to 10, or you can give it A, B, C, D, E, F. So let us know in the chat what you think about it.
You know,
I'm
I'm gonna give myself an A minus. I'm gonna give myself an A minus on my squad.
All right, I'll give you a. I gotta give you an A because you got Greek freaking Kevin Durant. Like that just cancel out the rest of your squad. as long as you put role players around them, you're gonna be good. And then you added Klay Thompson, who's just gonna be like, you could forget about Greek freaking KD, and now you got Klay scoring 60 and 3/4. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think his starting fives alone are good enough for an A. I don't even care who you would have took for your bench. That's just an A right there. So
it's not gonna matter. All right, so let me know in the chat what you think his squad got. Guys, let me know in the chat what you think his squad got. Next, we got Nomus, Mr. Nomus J. Are you there, Nomus?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right, so he has Russell Westbrook, James Harden, probably got the best backcourt. Gordon who?
Aaron Gordon.
Oh my gosh. Aaron Gordon, Andre Drummond, Donovan Mitchell, Brandon Ingram, Bradley Beal, Paul Gasol, DeAndre Jordan, D'Angelo Russell, Ben Gordon, and Jason Richardson. This is like the weirdest squad.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest squad.
It's weird.
I'm not even laughing because like it's a bad squad. It's a good squad. It's just weird. Like these players they weird.
He was normally seen again.
he got D'Lo, and then he got Jason Richardson, and then he got Aaron Gordon, and he rounded it out with Paul Gasol. Like what? Oh my goodness, man. So what do you think about your squad, man?
Yeah, definitely weird. But then again, I am weird my damn self. So you know, like when I got James Harden, like I said, Westbrook is undercover one of my favorite point guards of the million. I don't talk much about him, but he is one of my favorites, and I think because he's able to pass the ball around, you give him a big man like Dre who can you know, be a rim protector, and then you know he can score. He'd be somebody he can pass the ball to. Then you give him Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. Both those guys can really shoot the basketball well. And like I said, Gordon is the guy you probably forget about. I know he's not like the big when it comes to power forwards. He's probably like the most rhetorical name out there. But I look more on his style. I really like it, and I think he's so underrated. So that's when it comes to that. Then I had to get like a 6 man. That's why I got Bradley Beal and Brandon Ingram, because those guys can really score the basketball. Especially you know, Ingram. He's you let him go too far, he'll score 30 on you in a second. And Bradley Beal, he's more of a leader type guy to have out there, man, who can really run the show as we see. And, you know, I just need some depth at defense with Paul Gasol and DeAndre Jordan. I know Jordan was kind of a reach, but that's just the way I was thinking. Then, you know, D'Lo, of course, is a point guard in this league as well. They can shoot the ball. And then, you know, Gordon. And then you got Jason Richardson. You already know what they can do.
What grade do you give your team, Noam?
I'll go between a B minus, A minus kind of thing. Between like a B plus, A minus kind of thing. Yeah.
All right, people in the chat, make sure you rate Nomus' squad. Tell me what you guys think. I'm giving you like a B. I can't go higher.
I was gonna give you an A for laughter, but I just wouldn't be right. I'm gonna give you a B.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Okay, that's good.
I'm gonna be minus.
All right, we're gonna go with Bravo squad next. He has 2014 Blake Griffin when he won. I mean, when he was second in MVP voting, played out of his mind. So I got to make that evident. Prime D Rose. I mean, that speaks for itself. And then we got Luka Doncic, Luka Legend. Then we got Joel Embiid. I mean, his Bravo starting five is loaded. And then Brandon Roy. Yeah, that's the starting five right there. Then you got Zion. Oh my goodness. ISO Joe, Andre Iguodala for any offensive player that think they balling. Then you got Rudy Trash Bear. You got Victor Oladipo, John Morant, and Carlos Boozer. What do you think about your squad?
I mean, the only one I don't like, maybe I picked up Carlos Boozer in the end because I didn't have an option, but I really like the squad. It looks really nice. You got all the positions, backup and starting five. Um, I don't know. I mean, I think it's really good. Good starting. It's an all-star team.
It's a solid squad, man. That starting five is pretty. That starting five pretty much carries. And like if Brandon Roy or Luca the first people on the bench, then you replacing them with Zion, which
Yes,
is
sir.
ridiculous.
You gotta forget ISO Joe. ISO Joe was the best guy of my after Zion, in my opinion.
I mean, having Iguodala,
I mean,
ISO
yeah,
Joe
yeah.
coming off the bench. I mean, those guys are starters. I mean, well, all these players are starters, but you could put those
Yeah.
guys and you're starting. You know, take Roy or Luca out, and I mean, you won't be missing too much, man. Those guys were phenomenal players when they first came in the league.
Yeah, don't forget what Iggy was doing in Philly when he was averaging 20
Yeah.
every year. So prime Iguodala can score. He just gave up his prime to play with the Warriors. And, guess what? He chipped up now.
And I would have really paid big money to go watch Prime D Rose and Blake play. Bravo, I'm giving you an A plus, man.
All right. Thank you.
Wow. Just because it was a fandom, I would have to give you an A because that starting five is really good. Guys in the chat, let us know what you think about Bravo's squad, man.
I like showing
We
Lucas
got
some love too. That's my boy.
right. We got Luca Legend with Embiid, Brandon Roy, Zion, D Rose, and Blake, and some other guys. All right, CA3. We're gonna start your squad out with LeBron James, Prime Carmelo, Kyrie Irving, Prime Boogie, and Prime Rondo. I forgot Boogie and Rondo played together too. Then you got Amari Stoudemire, you got Tony Parker, you got Gilbert Arenas, Lou Will, Kristaps Porzingis, Karan Butler, and Monte Ellis. Now, you got a bunch of killers on your squad. What you think about your squad, man?
I mean, I like my squad. I mean, it has a bunch of underrated players, and and a bunch of good playoff performers actually. I wish. I mean, I know Gilbert Arenas choked against LeBron, but still, he still performed well.
But did he really choke or lose? He just lost.
I mean, he
I wouldn't
choked
say
like.
he choked. I mean, I don't know. It's just Brown was better, man.
Yeah, but I mean, I have a bunch of killers though on my team, like you said, and like I said, it's got some of my favorite players of all time on that team, so I'm happy with my team.
The only thing I really like the squad he picked up. There's a lot of point guard though. I mean, I don't see a lot of small forward. I only see a lot of power forward. So that's the only thing with your team. You got Kyrie, you got Rondo, you got Parker, you got Arenas, you got Lou Williams. All of them are basically point guards, and so he might be a little bit smaller in size compared to other teams. That's the only thing. But I really love the players you picked, man.
Yeah. See, Carl has a cheat code on his squad named LeBron James. So, I mean, you got to remember, Brown was a little bit older playing with Kyrie. So you putting 2013 Brown with these guys. Like, that's not even fair. I don't care how good anybody else on this list is. Ain't none of them near 2013 Brown. So, man. And then you got Carmelo. That's what I'm saying. Like he has a type of team where you're gonna have to outscore them because everybody on that team can score. Everybody. And then Tony Parker, Amari Stoudemire. I like his bench. I know he got a lot of point guards, but are you gonna stop them from scoring? That's all I need to know. Because I don't know what you're doing with Lou Will and Gilbert Arenas at all.
And we forget that Rondo he dropped 44 in the playoff game before, and he was going toe to toe with Prime D Rose at a time. So I like my pickups.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Monte Ellis might have been a reach, but
It was a little reach. I could have gone somewhere else.
I mean,
What?
he
was still
maybe,
nice,
maybe
though.
He was a
a
20
reach,
point per game
maybe.
scorer.
It
It's not
was
a
still
reach.
nice.
I'm about to
Once
say
upon
it.
a time.
I mean, like, I wouldn't call it a reach, nah. But
He was
he's
still
good.
nice, though.
But like, he ain't gonna get no playing time on this squad.
I mean, he's
Like,
the
he
last
ain't gonna get no
man. He was the last pick for a reason.
playing. Right. I like his squad. I definitely give his squad an A. Definitely.
I'm
A
with you
high
there.
A.
Yeah.
Let me know
If
in the
it's not an
chat.
A plus, it's an A plus, not a plus. You know.
Right. Nah, that's a good like I said, no offense to Prime KD and Prime Kawhi and Prime Steph, but if we talking 2013 Bron, ain't nobody coming close. Like,
Yeah,
and that's what we talking about. And then you got Kyrie with him. Like, oh my gosh. And then you got Melo with them. Prime Melo. Yeah, that's a squad.
I
Prime
think I have a lot of shot creators, but not spot up shooters.
Yeah, you
got a
don't
lot
got
of
no like shooters, and you don't got no who playing. I don't know who playing defense on the squad. That's why I said you're gonna have to outscore them.
Yeah, I have no defense.
Right, no defense. That's why I can't give you an A plus, man. I need that defense, man. Let me know in the chat what you think about Carl's squad. That's LeBron, Melo, Kyrie, Boogie, Rondo, Amari, Tony Parker, Agent Zero, Lou Will, Kristaps, Karan Butler, Monte Ellis. So now you got a good squad though. I like your squad. Let's start with Drew's squad. He definitely got a good starting five. He got Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, CP3, Devin Booker, John Wall, Jimmy Buckets, Kevin Love, LaMarcus Aldridge, Jamal Crawford, Karl Anthony Towns, and Kyle Korver. Yeah, you do have a lot of big men on your squad.
I'll give you A plus, man. It's great squad.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I think I did pretty well. And, you know, if I didn't have so many big men, I would have taken David West because in his prime, he was a really good player. But, you know, I just think I got a good combination of shooters, playmakers, defenders, post up players. I think my team can do a little bit of everything. I don't know if they excel in one particular aspect, but like I said, they're very versatile and can do several different things for me. But yeah, man, I'm liking this squad. I could put an all defense lineup out there. I could put an all offense lineup out there. I mean, however you want it, I can cook it up.
Yeah, see, only thing about your squad is I feel like it's two guys on your squad who heart can be taken out their chest. Maybe three. But I'm gonna leave LA and Cat alone. But we know about LA. We know about LA in the playoffs, and we know about Cat. Like,
and that's why I got Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis.
But I'm about to say, but I was gonna say that about K Love too, but I ain't doing K Love like that. K Love will body you.
He said, "Kiss my ring."
K Love will body you. Like, yeah, K Love will body you. And then I love the Crawford pickup. And
I didn't even think about that, Ben. I didn't realize Mike Miller was drafted in 2000.
Who would you have taken him over though? What, Korver?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That's close. That's a flip a coin kind of a deal.
Y'all disrespecting Kyle Korver right now?
Yeah, Korver's a hell of a spot up shooter.
Bruh, he might be the greatest spot up shooter of this generation. No offense to JJ Redick. Like,
yeah,
this is Korver we talking about. Like the dude is
special. Dude who had Iverson looking crazy one time. Like, whoa.
Right. So I know I'm definitely give your squad an A, close to an A plus. I think you and PD squads are like PD. I don't know, man. It's just like you tailed off in the end.
Dang, man.
Defenders, man.
Yeah, I have defense, man. Like, remember the Pistons in 2004, they didn't have that many amazing scores. Like, Rip was a scorer, but they didn't give points to anybody, so it didn't matter. They won a game
that's why I said you got a squad that like you got Draymond and Tayshaun. Like that's gonna be a problem for any of the starting forwards put together. Guys, let me know in the chat what you think about Drew's squad. That's AD and Steph Curry. Oh my goodness. Dwight Howard, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, John Wall, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Love, LaMarcus Aldridge, Jamal Crawford, Karl Anthony Towns, and Korver to shoot the lights out. So definitely let me know what you think about Drew's squad. I think Drew got a pretty good squad. All right, we're gonna go with my squad. I have Kawhi Leonard, Dwayne Wade, Damian Lillard, Jokic, Paul George, Jason Tatum, Mark Gasol, Trey Young, Pascal Siakam, Chris Middleton, Lonzo, and CJ McCollum.
Can I just
love that
say
I
I'm
got
glad
Chris
you took
Middleton.
Lonzo. I'm happy for you.
I mean, hey, he's a baller, bro.
It was
He's a
just driving me
baller.
crazy. You didn't take him number one.
Why would I do something crazy like that, bro? Lonzo wouldn't got taken if we only had 10 rounds. So, but no, dude, I love my squad. Like I was telling PD earlier, I feel like my squad can defend any elite squad. Only people who will give me trouble is Embiid. Well, I don't know because I got Marc Gasol. So, you know what? I like my squad to be able to defend, and then I got Dwayne Wade and Kawhi Leonard, and then on top of that, I got Damian Lillard, and then I got Marc Gasol. I think that's a sneaky good pick. Having Trey Young is I can't believe I even got him, but having Trey Young, I got him, and we know what Pascal Siakam has done. And then Chris Middleton is the perfect player for me because he can shoot the lights out and he plays great defense. Lonzo is probably definitely the best passer in my squad. And then he plays defense and he shoots threes. And then CJ McCollum, we saw what he just did in the playoffs. The dude is an amazing scorer. So I'm very happy with my squad. And I'm happy that I got Paul George. I kind of wanted Jimmy Butler over Jason Tatum, but Jason Tatum's a little bit more gifted. So I can take him. And he's leading Boston right now. So he's averaging like 25 and he can play defense.
Well, I don't think your team's very sexy in players, but the players you got are very well developed. Like Joker and Marc Gasol, they're not going to perform a whole lot of highlight plays, but at the end of the day, they come in here, they're going to get the job done. But you got a good squad. I like the Dwayne Wade and Kawhi Leonard combination. I mean, talk about two of the greatest defensive players at the position. Dwayne Wade is the greatest shot blocking guard of all time. I don't want to see any ifs, ands, or buts about that. And then you got Paul George, who was one of the best two-way players in the game today. So I mean, right there, you got 1 to 2, 3 players locked up pretty much. So I mean, it is going to be a tough player. Plus, you got Lonzo coming in. You could put him at the 1. So now you got 1 through 4 pretty much going against elite defenders. It is going to be tough for people to get across the half court line. Your team could legit run a full court press.
It's funny you say that, but they could. And then Siakam and Middleton also play defense. The only people who don't play defense on my squad is CJ and Trey Young. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And Joker don't play defense, but he protects the rim. And I think the Joker pick is very underrated because if you put him around players like Kawhi and Paul George with all of his skills at 7 feet, it's just gonna be a problem. And I can run Joker and Marc Gasol like in the front court. What you gonna do about it? And then if I need some shooters, I can throw Chris Middleton, Lonzo, and then I'm throwing Kawhi in there to guard whoever. Like that's actually a great squad.
Kawhi is kind of a Greek freak, at least at the moment. He's a Greek freak killer. So
I think your underrated pickup is Damian Lillard.
Of course, it's Dame time. Who you think I'm giving to the ball to at the end of the game?
Right.
Like, what you mean? Dame time. When the game is closer, I'm gonna be like first play for Dame, second play for Kawhi, third play for D Wade. Y'all figure it out.
Well, you could put Trey Young and Damian Lillard out there, and legit, they have to start guarding you at the half court.
Exactly. So. And then that leaves D Wade open because we're forgetting. I hope we're not forgetting how great of a scorer prime D Wade was. He could score as well as LeBron, Kevin Durant, Melo, all of them. Prime D Wade could score, so you're gonna leave D Wade 1-on-1 in his prime. Like that's crazy. You about to get cooked all day and all night. So I definitely like my squad. Let me know in the chat what you think of my squad, man.
Like I said, I give it a 9.
People forget how good of a performance that 2006 finals was, man.
Bro, D Wade was averaging 40, bro. What did he average? 38 total? Averaging 40 in the finals, dog. Come on. Against a really good Mavericks team, too, because they had just beat the Spurs. So, I like my squad, man. I think the Chris Middleton and the last 3 picks, I think, is underrated. Because Middleton can shoot the lights out. He's shooting 50, 40, 90. So, he's shooting 50, 40, 90 right now. Then Zoe can shoot the ball. CJ McCollum is just a dynamic scorer. So I like my squad. So I'm gonna need everybody in the chat to comment. Tell us who has the best squads. It's been a lot of squads. Squad up, man. We gotta see, man, who has the best squad, man. I'm sure every one of us thinks our squad is the best, so it's kind of biased out.
Well, let's do it this way. Why don't we say who has the best squad, and you can't vote for yourself? I mean, that would be the only way we'd be able to determine a winner, because everyone else is just going to say, "Oh, I got the best team," you know.
But I do got the best squad. It's like, nah. No, that works. That works. Everybody else here, y'all agree?
Yeah.
I can agree. I like your squad a lot, actually, JMO. Yeah, I like your squad. I'll give you the edge. You get my vote.
Hey, and here I was gonna vote for you.
Sweet.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Who do you think has the best basketball squad drafted?
I don't know. I kind of liked Drew's the most.
All right, that's one vote for Drew, one for me, and one for PD. What about you, Nomus?
Ooh, that's. I'm gonna have to go with Drew on this one because I like the balance on it.
All right, we got Drew again. CA3. Who would you pick?
Trying to think. It's tough. But I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with J-Mo saying.
All right. Make sure you guys in the chat let us know who you have a best squad. We need y'all to pick the squad because we a little bit biased up here, man. Drew, I guess you're last.
So it's 2 for me, 2 for JMO, and 2 for PD, or is it 1 for PD?
One
it's only
for
1.
PD.
Well, I'm gonna make that a 2.
1.
So
Right.
yeah, you got 2 now because JMO voted for it.
Anyway. It ended up tied anyway.
So now we need the chat to determine it. I see 1 vote for JMO. I see 1 vote for me in there. We need you guys to go ahead and put that in the comments section so we can determine a winner.
Right. Please let us
It's a draw.
know.
It's a draw. There's no winner. There's
Oh,
no winner.
No.
It's a draw.
This is not the 2020 NBA regular season. We're getting a winner.
The C virus.
Man, look, man, I'm gonna name the squads again. Drew got Curry, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, CP3, Devin Booker, John Wall, Jimmy Butler, K Love, LaMarcus Aldridge, Jamal Crawford, Karl Anthony Towns, and Korver. I got Kawhi, D Wade, Damian Lillard, Joker, PG-13, Jason Tatum, Marcus Gasol, Trae Young, Siakam, Middleton, Lonzo, CJ, and PD has KD, Greek Freak, Chris Bosh, Klay Thompson, Darren Williams, such a great 5. Kemba Walker, Yao Ming, Zebo, Michael Redd, Tayshaun Prince, Draymond Green, and Mike Conley.
So
I got some votes.
I see about 3 votes for JMO, and I saw 1 for Drew. And I saw 1 for CA3 as well.
Marvel Toba says my squads play both sides of the ball. That's why I love my squad. And they can shoot. I ain't like trying to be arrogant enough. My squad play both sides of the ball, and they can shoot, and they can score, and they do everything. I don't got a weakness on my squad.
No, she said it's like the dunk contest. It's really a tie.
Man, bro. It's a tie. All right. It seems like we don't got a winner.
They're both good.
It's a 9. It's a 9 for everybody.
Except for you, Nomus. You weren't in the conversation. I'm sorry.
I got 3 votes. Come on. Drew has 3 votes, though, I think. That's 1. I don't know. So, LeBron alone is so powerful. I know, man. That CA3 squad is grimy because he gets my squad gets destroyed on the glass. You sure about that? I mean, D Wade can rebound. Kawhi can rebound. Siakam can rebound. Marc Gasol. I don't know. I got some rebounders. Jokic. Yeah, I don't know about that, bro.
Yeah, Drew.
Lonzo averages 7 rebounds.
There you go. Drew is the winner.
Wow.
That's it. Drew is the winner.
How is Drew the winner?
I
got 4 votes.
I got someone in the last said Drew's team is very balanced.
I got Marvin Tolbert, Vash Starwind. Then I got 2 more votes. Noshi Stone voted for me too.
I think JMO got the vote. I think he's got the hosting channel favor. He's got the home field advantage. I think this whole thing's rigged.
Oh, I got Devin99 says Drew win, and Vash also says finger upward. So
Man, Vash don't count because
He
Vash
keeps
voted
changing
for
his pick.
CA3. He voted for CA3. He voted for Drew. He voted for me. Yes, it looks like I got the home field advantage this time.
Hey,
all
Bravo
right,
got a
somebody
vote.
voted for me. There you
Hey.
go.
No,
Oh, Bravo
I
got
think
a vote.
the people picked JMO.
Hey man, my squad is good. It is what it is.
Or to argue against it, like you're solid all the way from top to bottom. It's real solid. Siakam is even solid, and even Milt. It's hard to argue against it.
So I wanted to do one more topic. Y'all down for that or no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
time,
go.
bro. Let's do it.
All right,
It's
so,
free. It's nothing. We're not doing nothing right now.
all
Well,
right, this is gonna be the last topic before we close.
No, we
out.
don't have to say the last topic. Take your time. All right.
I mean, we've been on for 2 hours already anyway.
but JMO,
Yeah.
you gotta tell the people what day it is before we leave.
Oh, you already know about that. It is Free Smoke Saturday.
Saturday.
If you have any questions, any sports questions about the NBA, you can put them in the chat right now. So right now, Hextor said the clock can shut down. Anyone, whoever picked Thon won. Nobody picked Thon, so there are no winners. But so it's been rumors going around that the NBA might cancel the current season going on. The latest information I got, they're like talking with the actual president today, not just the NBA, but the MLB and NHL. They're talking and discussing whether they're gonna end all of the leagues because of C virus out here putting in work, hearing people and stuff. So we'll see what's gonna go down with that. So what I wanted to say and ask you guys is, if the NBA season ended, one, are you okay with that? And two, how do you feel about the season ending with no champion? We gonna start with you, Nomis.
I mean, for the sake of everybody's health, whether you like it or not, it's understandable because you have to be careful and you don't want this virus going around spreading to other players or the fans for that sake. And as far as how I feel about, no, it's not going to be a new champion. I mean, it is what to expect. It's not going to be the end of the world. I know it's just out of context because of this virus scenario. So it's like, it just feels different. But at some point, the NBA season should come back if we can get through this thing. And I'm actually glad that the NBA is doing all they can to take precautionary, needs to make sure that everybody's safe. That's the best way to go about it. It's not, to me, something you have to really like, but really love. But it's just something you have to understand.
All right. Bravo. What do you think about them shutting down the NBA, and how do you think about the season ending with no champion?
I actually predicted it, and I wasn't really excluding it completely. And it's definitely disappointing. We wanted to see the season end properly, but this thing going on, you can't just ignore people dying every day and try to pretend that nothing's going on, play basketball with all these bodies behind every day. So I don't think it's gonna hurt too much if you cancel a season. It's just an NBA season, and I think this season, if it's canceled, it's gonna be a good thing because it's gonna be a reminder for all of us what this tragic year is. Kobe Bryant's dead. I mean, this season the C virus is killing us. I mean, I 2020 so far has been terrible year. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen next. It's only the beginning. But I can't imagine, man. We need to find a solution for this. I wish some medicine come up soon because we need that right now. And ending the season, I think only looking at a positive point right now. I hope it's gonna remain as we are the number 5th pick, and we got a chance at the lottery pick. I hope if they end up the season, they don't really mess up the whole draft. Leave it as it is, and we got a chance at top 10 at least, top 5 at least. So that's really my goal. I don't really have much of feelings for the season because there's a lot. I'm speaking to me as a physician. I mean, going through a lot. I think it's a good thing they're canceling it. I guess because there's a lot of things going on bad right now. There's no reason to play when ignoring all these people.
All right. Devin99 says, as long as we get LaMelo, I don't care who the champion is. I'm with you on that. And then Unit 2 says you need a champion, have a one and done tournament that will determine a champion fast. Yeah, but then that's how you end up with a Memphis Grizzly as the champion. And then everybody gonna be like, but Ja won the chip, but you gonna be like, come on, man, they got lucky. That's how you end up with a weird champion. You're gonna end up with the Brooklyn Nets as the champion because KD and Kyrie gonna come back. Like you're gonna end up with the Indiana Pacers as the champion. Like I don't like the idea of a one and done tournament personally because I just feel like the champion wouldn't be real. And this isn't the NFL where you one and done or college basketball. Like this is about what team can you beat 4 times. You know what I'm saying? But it's an interesting take, just so they don't end it or whatever. But PD, man, what you think, man?
I don't really know what to think, if I gotta be honest. It's shocking, but not shocking at the same time. It's just straight up weird, but at the same time, you got to do what you got to do. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. It's just speechlessness, I guess, is how I feel.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. They end the season without a champion. I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Like, I'm sure we all can say the same thing. And the NBA has had lockout years, but we've never seen the NBA season like not end with a champion. Like that's fucking garbage. I'm sorry. Like it would make me upset with the NBA. I don't care what type of virus is going on. Y'all need to figure something out. Y'all need to all go to a quarantine mansion that's 1 million square foot, and y'all all play in there. And you got to do something. I know what they're talking about. Maybe everybody coming to Las Vegas and playing with no fans. I would rather them do that. And obviously we'll have to stream the game. Just y'all cannot end the season without a champion. You just can't do it. If y'all want to just start the playoffs with the teams that it now, of course, I think some teams could have made it, but I'm fine with that. But you can't end this season without a champion. It's just not right. You just you're wasting a year of everybody's careers, everybody's lives, and you don't know what's gonna happen next year. Like,
yeah,
for example, OKC, Denver. I'm not saying they're not gonna make the playoffs next year, but what if they don't? And what if this was their chance? What if Chris Paul's about to show the whole world I'm that dude, I'm the point guard, I'm about to chip up? We don't know, do we? Like I said, so I just don't like it at all. But it is what it is, man.
they could actually just do the champion by the current records, and it's going to be essentially the Bucks, which I would agree with. I don't mind doing that. I think the Bucks deserve to be the champion this year.
I mean,
Well, here, let me read you these 2
it's gonna
tweets
be an
and
asterisk
see.
by the championship though. If they should at least just let the Bucks and the Lakers play.
No,
Let
let
them
the
play
Bucks
like a
win the
3-game.
championship and
No,
give the
let
Pistons the number 1 pick, please.
No. Let the Bucks and the Lakers play a 3-game series, best out of 3. Let them play, and then whoever win. Like, I'm fine with that. What was you about to say, Drew?
Let me read these 2 tweets to you guys and see how you feel after this. Okay, this first one is his name is Daniel Dale. He was a reporter for CNN, and I guess he's kind of like their sports guy or something. I don't know. But this is what he tweeted out. I guess he was in the meeting today. He goes, Trump on sports leagues. And then here's the quote from Trump. They got to get back. They can't do this. He says they weren't designed to be shut down. Then Woj went ahead and retweeted this and said, on conference call with Trump and pro sports leader today, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver spoke of a possible return to play once there was an all clear from public health officials. So it sounds like they're trying to get sports back to operating, even if this whole thing isn't over with. And like I said, that the one report of them playing in Las Vegas, that's where they play a lot of their summer league games there in Orlando. I mean, it makes sense. You see what's going on with UFC and WWE. They're still doing their thing. It's just that there's absolutely no fans whatsoever. So you can kind of control who's coming in. You just have to keep a good job of watching your athletes and making sure that you're responsible for what they're doing. Because if they're going outside of where they're at risk. If they all stick together, they should be fine. So if everyone's in Las Vegas together, they should be okay.
Yeah, I know Adam Silver doesn't want to end the season, but we just know we got the C virus updates from our governor, and she talking about we on lockdown till June. So what happens if June come around and it still ain't went away? Then we on lockdown to September, and then you in football time. And so I hope they figure out a way, because if they I'm be so salty if they end this season without no champion. Like, I don't even care who win the chip. I just need a champion, And I know what Marvin Tolbert says. I agree with it 100%. This Kobe is the champion this year. This is the year to honor Kobe, and already what Bravo was alluding to. Look, 2020 for me, I don't care what happens the rest of this year, will always be the year Kobe died. It's gonna be that. That's the year. It's Kobe and C virus. That's all that's gonna be about. Nobody's gonna even care who wins the championship, honestly, if it's not the Lakers. But it's just something to think about, man.
Yeah. They need to play and like quarantine all the players in one area, like Las Vegas, and play them. And after they test them all negative, they can go ahead clear to play. That could be a solution. Like quarantine them for 14 days. Then at the end of 14 days, test them. If they're all negative, they're clear to play. That's a solution. But
I mean,
I
the
don't
thing
know
is,
if that's
Well, Unit 2 makes a good point. I think Michigan's like the highest third infected state in the United
Mhm.
States. So this is different than everywhere else. From what I can
Yeah,
gather from
but
what I watched,
still though.
heat can kill this thing. It doesn't like the heat, I guess. I don't know if that's true or not.
I'm about
Maybe
to say I
Bravo,
don't
you
know
can
where you
attest to
gathered
that.
that from.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's hot where I am though. I mean, it's pretty warm where I am. I mean, and we still
Yeah,
have no over the rest of the year, so
yeah,
isn't it?
Texas has a lot of cases too, and it's hot down there. So I don't know about that, but I'm just saying, like,
California's pretty bad too.
it's not gonna be a thing. What Unit Two was saying, it's not gonna be a thing where only New York is on lockdown and the rest of the country is good. It's not gonna be like that. If other countries, I mean, other states are still locked down, like it's gonna still trickle down and have other people on high alert, even if their state isn't as affected by it. I really don't know how affected Las Vegas or Nevada is right now, but they can't end the season. So Drew, you got anything you want to say about this topic?
Yeah, I just think that maybe not going to Las Vegas would be the best bet because they have shut down completely like LA and New York because those are some of the highest populated cities in America. If they're going to do this thing, they need to go kind of like out of the way. You know, there are deserts in Vegas, but I don't know if if where their stadium's exactly at. But if it's on the strip, you're not going to want to be there because there's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of temptation to go outside or wherever you guys are at. So I think that they need to go to somewhere like, I don't know, Indiana, where there's a lot of cornfields, and it's not going to be sexy to be playing there. But go where there's not a lot of people in play.
yeah.
You will have a less risk of getting
Go
whatever
to
is going on.
Alaska.
I'm about to
There you
say,
go. You can go there.
You also got to
right?
consider though. You also got to
I mean, no,
consider.
that right. Would you say a military base?
I mean,
Yeah, that's a good
no,
idea.
No, I
no,
mean, like,
West Virginia has cases now. But anyway, I mean, you got to consider that these players are not going to be with their families though. You got to consider that though. It's kind of tough for them.
Maurice Young says LaMelo would change the franchise. We need him. Hey man, I agree with you about LaMelo. I definitely dropped a video today on why the Pistons need to draft LaMelo, and we besides actually on the court and his passing and his vision and his ability to score, it's gonna bring a lot of attention here that is needed. But we don't know what's gonna happen in the draft, and I'm sick of all fans from New York because they trying to get Isaiah Simmons and they trying to get LaMelo, and I've been
And
arguing
Christian
with them.
Wood.
Right, like you better chill out. I'm sick of these New York fans, like all of them. Like they trying to take all of our players. Oh yeah, we want Christian Wood. We gonna give him 100 mil. Like what? Why?
And
Like
they're
why?
going to end up with like Langston Galloway and Brandon Knight or something.
Devin 99. I mean, they weren't necessary. I heard that the tweets was fake. Devin 99.
They're not fake.
They're not fake.
They are not.
Well, they didn't. I mean, they didn't really say nothing. Christian Wood just said he can't guard me.
Yeah,
Like,
but
can he?
dude, if you're Christian Wood, would you want to go play for New York with the middle of the C virus? Hell no, I'm not going to New York.
If I'm Christian Wood, I want to stay true to my roots. Stay true to the
Yeah,
Detroit City. That's where
exactly.
I'm staying here where you'll be loved.
I think he's faithful. I think he's going to stay with us, and he's going to re-sign. We're just going to give him a good contract, 4-year contract.
Well, he is right now kind of mad at the Pistons for leaking that he got it. He didn't get time to tell his family that he had it first, and they already released it.
Right.
So he is mad about that right now.
He out here talking shit to Drummond. So apparently,
man, I hope, man, we can't afford to lose him.
I mean, I want to see him face Drummond now because when he cooked Drummond, Dre gonna have that face. But can you guard Dre though? That's the thing. I don't think you can. You need about 20, 30 more pounds.
Yeah. Dre struggles guarding guys on the perimeter, and Christian can shoot, so he's gonna have a tough time guarding Christian.
Yeah.
There was a good question, like you mentioned earlier, JMO. Is it possible if they cancel the season, they make the lottery pick random for all teams?
I saw that I don't know if they'll enforce the rule, but it's in like the rule book that if the season ended without a champion, or like if it ended now, that's possible. But I don't know if Adam Silver is going to enforce that rule. Because
man, that's going to be bad. If we miss this is the only chance for us. This is going to only be the only chance to get a good.
It ain't the only chance. You act like we're gonna be a perennial playoff team.
Well, no, it's different because look, we're having Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose come back. They're going to be healthy to start next season. If they can stay that way, it's really on the basketball guys to determine that. We're not guaranteed to have Blake and Derrick Rose after next season. So to get a player like LaMelo of that caliber to put with those two guys for a year, he gets to learn from them. That's going to be hella good progress for his development. You just won't have that guaranteed after this season.
Yeah.
So speaking Christian Wood, if they got LaMelo, I think they would make the playoffs if they're healthy.
I'm right there with you.
Speaking of this current NBA draft, which are the players you guys want in the top 5 out of those? I know it's early to talk about it, but I think we need to address this some point in time. I mean, for all of us, I think Melo is number one pick. But who would you pick in the top?
CA3. Who's the top 5 players on your board?
Go for it.
You said the top 5 on my board?
Yeah, top 5 on your board out of this current NBA draft 2020.
Did that in the Pistons to pick, or just at the whole board?
No, for the Pistons to pick, according to each starting, from 1 to 5, which one you pick? If one is available, if it's not available, you go number 2. Who is number 3? Who is your number 4?
I mean, I can't really make that list yet. I mean, I haven't done too much research on what players we could get and stuff like that. But of course I want LaMelo Ball. I mean, but that's just a simple answer. But Killian Hayes is not a bad pick. I mean, there's really not really. I mean, I need to do more research first so I can develop like a whole list that I thought about and made.
So Melo and Killian Hayes number 2. Who's number 3? You think?
I go Wiseman.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know if Wiseman's gonna be available, but maybe
we have Anthony Edwards on there already.
But that's what I'm saying, Carl. It's not about who's available. It's who do you want?
Who do I want? I mean, yeah.
For the Pistons.
Of course, I want.
I'm letting these players, man. Like, come on.
Oh,
man.
of course, I want Anthony Edwards first.
Okay.
My first pick, and then I'll go LaMelo. Then I will go Killian. I mean, I wouldn't mind Wiseman either, because we need a little more. We need more size. Because Christian Wood, I don't know if he can play center quite yet, but we can use Wiseman.
All right. BD Sports, you got any player that you're interested in?
I am not even close to up to date enough on who to get to give an opinion, if I gotta be honest. So yeah, I'm not gonna speak what I don't know. So I will
hey man, no problem. Nomis?
Outside of the players y'all just named, it'd be like one more I add that I personally like, and that's Udaka from Kansas.
Who?
I know, right?
I don't know who's Udaka.
Oh, you want Azubuike?
Yeah.
He's solid.
No, but who's your number 1? If you get the chance to pick number 1, who would you pick? Number 1 and 2 and 3?
It will come between for like number 1 and 2. It'll become basically between Anthony Edwards and LaMelo. It will probably be between there. Solid. with Wiseman as a solid 3, and then like Killian Hayes as a 4. Then, like I said, Udaka is like one of my personal favorites right now for some reason.
Unit 2. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into Udaka. Unit 2. If LaMelo's gonna have to change his shot. Like, I don't know what's up with LeVar letting his sons keep these same. Like, Jello's the only one with like a pure shot. Melo definitely would have to change his shot, man, because it's not gonna be that efficient the way that he shoots. But no, my first player on the board is LaMelo, of course. Second player will be Anthony Edwards. Third player, Killian Hayes. Fourth player, the guy that I love to pick on, which is probably Pistons will get him because I pick on him, Cole Anthony. Fifth player is definitely Obi Toppin. Like, I don't
You
want
just
no
stole my
James
list.
Wiseman.
Okay.
I don't want no James Wisemans. I don't want whoever the guy Nomas just said. No. Those are top 5. If I'm talking about the top 5 players, I think those are the best players in the draft. The guys I named:
Yeah.
Killian, LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, Obi Toppin, definitely. Like, I don't really like Cole Anthony at all. Like, I just don't like him. But if it's him or Obi Toppin, I want Cole because he's a point guard. But to me, like, he looked like Kobe White. So I'm not that confident in him. But Obi Toppin is a very polished player, and I think he'll be very, very good. He might win Rookie of the Year good. So I think he'll be very solid. Go ahead, Bravo.
Oh, for me, I'm gonna go with Melo number 1. But I mean, it's really hard to pick Melo or Edwards, because you can't. I mean, really, Edwards is really like most complete right now. But if I'm getting number 1 pick, I might just trade down and pick Melo at 2 instead of picking Edward instead of picking Melo at 1. I'd pick Melo at 2 rather than 1. I'd pick so Edward is just a better player right now than Melo. But if you ask me who is your top 5 pick, I'm gonna go with Melo 1, Edward 2, and a third one, I'm going to go with Killian. I'm going to go with Anthony Cole. And I mean, I don't know. I'll probably go with Wiseman at number 5 if we get a chance to pick him. He's still really a solid center. We need a good center. Why not picking up James Wiseman over Toppin? I don't know. We got Christian Wood already. What do we do with Toppin?
I'm not picking James Wiseman, and I don't think Edwards is better than Melo either. But I'm not picking Wiseman. Like, no, I'm good. I'll pick a center next year. I am good. Like,
yeah, I'm tired of centers too.
I'm good, bro. Like, I will take Obi Toppin and have him learn from Blake Griffin or something like that. Drew?
Mine's pretty similar to yours. I'm going LaMelo. I'm going Edwards. I'm going Hayes. I'm going Obi Trice. And then I'm probably going Cole Anthony as well.
Good.
I think those are really interchangeable. I think Melo or Edwards is really, Edwards is really going to be the 1 or the 2. And I think outside of that, I mean, you could really take any of those players and be fine. But I mean, I really like Obi. His game is very similar to Christian Wood's. And I mean, he's got a million nicknames. I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Obi Trice. I mean, I could be here all day coming up with nicknames for him. So that'd be kind of fun for me personally.
Yeah, and I know people saying, well, Obi plays the same position to some of these guys, but let me tell you this. You never can have enough good players on your team. And we don't have that many good players on our team. So even if he plays the same position as like Wood and Blake and being a forward, and I know Seku's a forward too, we will find a place for him. So it's just as simple as that. But I'm taking the 4 guards before him. Like, if I can't get LaMelo, Anthony Edwards is not a consolation prize. He's Anthony Edwards. He's a beast. I knew about him since he was in high school, and he was killing people then. So I'm very impressed with him. I don't like Cole Anthony at all, but I guess I'll take him. Like, I'll take him.
I was thinking we should trade up and try to get Melo at all costs. Even I would trade in our future asset, maybe Luke Kennard. Get me Melo, man.
Man, I ain't giving up Luke. Give up Bruce.
Nobody's gonna take Bruce and give you Melo's pick.
Give up speed. I ain't giving up Luke.
I mean, I need Melo, man. Melo, we don't have a guy like Melo on this
but
team.
You can give up speed. You can give up Bruce.
Nobody would do that. They need to take a first round pick. They need to take a next year first round pick.
Man, we can give up anybody except for Luke and Sekou. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But, all right. Yeah, I know. All right, man. So this draft was fun. We've been going for almost 2.5 hours, man. It's been a great show. Apparently, I'm the people's champ today, so I'll take my dub. I did a lot of research for that dub too. So, because the last time I came in the middle and somehow still salvaged my team, but yeah, that let Pistons Post go crazy with a ridiculous squad. But it was very fun, y'all, man. Because and it was very, very tough. It was a lot of snubs. But we're gonna start with you, Noma's final words.
Oh yeah, man. We had fun today on the show. We gonna keep everything and everybody in prayers, man, for who dealing with the virus, man. I hope y'all stay home and stay safe. Saying to the gentleman on the panel with me, God bless everybody. And just enjoy what you can, man. Again, this is a great show. If y'all want to go back, restart it from the beginning, do so. You can hear us say whatever we had to say about the NBA and Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant at the beginning of the show if you missed the beginning. So not only that, just blessings to everybody, man, on the panel, and celebrate Free Smoke Saturday. Hit the like buttons for the last time, and good night.
All right. PD, final words.
Thank you all for coming out to the chat. Thank you all for just chilling with us in these weird times. And yeah, I don't really have anything super special for final words, but yeah, thank you all for coming out.
All right, man. No problem. Bravo.
Yeah, good show, guys. I enjoyed it. I'm off today. It was a good time for me to take a break. And we have not witnessed something in our lives. I hope we just get over it and get over it soon and resume back our lives, whether it's next month too. I don't know when this is going to happen, but let's keep fingers crossed and pray for things to go for the right direction for us. And let's go, Pistons.
All right. Marvin Tober has a question. Would y'all give up Rose and our pick for the first and take Melo in a heartbeat? What you mean? Bye, D Rose. I love you. Have safe travels, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Bye.
For sure.
If you want Bruce Brown, you can take him too.
Nobody's taking Bruce Brown, dude.
Hey man, apparently Bruce Brown a household name out here. But of course I'm taking D Rose. He can go. I'm willing to give up a lot to get LaMelo, bro. I just have to hold on to Luke because I need somebody for him to play with in the backcourt. So I'm willing to give up a lot of other players. CA3, final words.
It was fun being on here, man. To kind of because it's pretty boring just being in this house just doing nothing. So it was fun that I could finally entertain myself with doing something else besides doing a bunch of homework and playing 2K all day. So it was fun, man. But
hey man, speaking of 2K,
yeah,
I saw the funniest video on Twitter. The dude tried to, y'all might have seen it. He tried to do a layup with Damian Lillard and he missed.
yeah.
And then the other guy got the ball and shot from half court with Giannis. Bro, his reaction reminded me when I was younger and I used to play Call of Duty. He was like, I'm done with this game. He's like, I'm never playing this game again. I wouldn't either. Damian Lillard missing the layup with all of his finishing badges. How is that even possible? But hey, man. Weirder things happen, man. Drew, final words, man.
Well, in the famous words of Micro Mike, wash your damn hands. Be safe, sanitary. Be careful. Don't go out unless you have to go to the store and try to find toilet paper. Still, so it's a weird time we are living in. Just take every precaution you need to feel safe in your own home. And that's the bottom line because Detroit Drew said so.
All right, it's all right. As everybody said, man, you gotta stay safe out there. If you aren't working, man, you have no reason to leave your house unless you're going to get some food from the grocery store. No reason to leave your house, man. So just stay home. That's the way. Because we gotta keep saying this because the cases in Michigan are going up every day. The deaths are going up every day. So y'all asses ain't staying home. Stay home.
Yeah.
That way, in a couple weeks, 3-4 weeks, we can actually be outside and it can be normal again. But if y'all go about your lives, be selfish, don't care about other people, then guess what? You're gonna be inside, be without your job or whatever if you're not working for even longer. So that's the message I want everybody to know. And as I gotta say, it feels good to win the draft. Feels pretty good. Thank you guys for that. I earned it. I earned it. But we will do one of these again. We might try to switch it up and do something else to be more interesting. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, man. Shout out to him and Tim Duncan for making the Hall of Fame. But it's all good, man.
Yeah, just the
Shout
comments
out to
here.
everybody in the chat that
Unit 2,
that
thanks
came
for
through.
being an essential worker. Thanks, Drew, for being an essential worker too. Just one tip for you guys. I'm a physician, so I think they changed the guidelines in regard to face masks. I think they're recommending all people who work who go out to wear a simple mask, whether it's homemade, a scarf. Just do something. Don't leave your mouth open or your nose open in the air. I highly recommend you guys to put something on your mouth, especially when going to the grocery store. You're going out. If you're running outside in the door, outdoor, it's fine. But I would definitely put a simple thing to protect your mouth and nose.
I do
Right,
because
right,
I
right, man. Hey,
every week. So
right, man. Make sure you listen to Bravo, man. That's one of the doctors out here protecting us right now. So make sure you listen to that, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat that came through. Make sure you guys like the video, and we will be back next week as always for another Free Smoke Saturday. I ain't had to give out too much smoke today because y'all was chilling, but it's all good.